going, man? For Christ's sake, you know what I mean? What's going on?
Will you write that in my apprenticeship book?
I'll day fluff you. Day fluff you. How, man? We've got guests.
You've got fluff in there, man.
Oh, you
You're going to be sweating in that later, all right?
sweating in that. I was cold yesterday. My left hand always gets cold because I sit like this. I don't move, so my left hand always gets cold.
Really?
And then when I do that, my left hand's being cold. So, yeah, there's the thing.
What was that, a nerve thing?
No, it's just sitting down now.
That's what I've got.
Elevated blood.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Like 2 weeks ago,
It's a bit different. Carpal tunnel.
One of my toes gets freezing.
Will be.
Is it really?
All the time, just gets freezing cold.
I do think,
One of my toes.
You're talking about knee injuries and stuff like that. I get it now and again. When I have like inflammation there, I think the last 3 toes kind of get a bit kind of...
Mine's on the other side. It's on the wrong side. Aye, so they're both knackered, to be fair.
Yeah.
But both your toes are both your
you
knees.
haven't seen feet like his.
When we feet
like
on
Monster
knees.
Munch, man. They're horrible.
Just pull that stool over a bit.
Well,
We've never unshoed a person on the podcast.
I actually think it's the first year I've had like more than 3 toes that aren't black.
Really?
The first year.
Aye.
What?
Yeah, or they're always just black. Like
Your toes are always black.
He's got this weird obsession now. When he walks in a bedroom, he just loves to fucking boot the walls. You know what I mean?
Nah, it's off football.
You find plugs to stand on there.
I thought it was just like, it's off football. I thought it was just like a condition.
No.
Matt, you found some Lego. Will you stand on this for us?
It's football and all the other stuff. Jiu-jitsu.
All the other thing. You're bending toes now, aren't you? Kind of toe locks and stuff.
toe hold.
He's a killer
Toe
now.
hold. Oh, God. Toe hold. I couldn't think of any
That white
words.
back on you.
Don't worry about it.
Not a killer yet. Like it's a
Got his
humbling.
blue
It's a
belt
humbling
within 7
sport.
months. It's good going.
It's good going, mate. Aye. No.
5.5 actually.
Are you preparing for the apocalypse or something? Oh, like,
Well, to be honest, I thought I was.
You keep going.
I thought I was like,
Going to
really
sleep.
good at jiu-jitsu, so like, a few lads must be like one of the quickest blue belts in the country. That, and I was like, I must be kind of good at this. And I started like actually training, and I was like, they've just been taking it so easy on me. Like,
Yeah.
I'm getting tortured again.
I'd give you a bit of wiggle room.
They're like, let you do it now. They're just like, well, he's a
False
blue belt
sense of
now.
security
I can
there.
bully him again.
Get you.
toe wiggle room.
Wiggle room, yeah, of course.
So it's
You
went
know
from
how the
being.
toes get tapped now.
I'm going to do it.
Start tapping your toes.
I'd tap out at somebody to
You do have to
twist my
get. You
toe.
do have to get.
Well, you mentioned your mate's going to set up one, isn't he? In Shields.
Oh, mate,
or
he
something
has.
like
I
that?
Heaven.
Oh, he has.
It's open now.
Heaven, see? The Heaven connection.
Heaven.
Back.
Honestly, that's it. Like,
I went there.
Boomerang.
Well,
the
he was
Heaven connection. Is Michael Caine in it?
The Heaven connection. Just Ramsey again. Do you know what I mean? Yeah.
He was best mates with me, cousin Mitch, but he's like always done it. He's like quite a good level black belt. Well, really good level black belt. I mean, black belt's black belt. Isn't it? All kind of good.
Well, I was going to, yeah.
He's class, so he's a really good teacher as well. So I still haven't been. I need to go.
Are you not?
Nah.
All right, okay. Because I know you said you were going to set it up. This is just a personal chat that we're doing.
Yeah,
I would love it. I was just
Because
saying
I saw him in the gym this morning when I was a sweaty mess.
I've just picked up on the Canny Good. I would love it if we just retitled all the belts in a sort of Geordie way, and black belt was
not
just
bad.
Canny
It's
Good.
all right.
When you get to the very top, belter.
Belter, Canny Good,
Proper canny good.
proper Canny Good. All right,
Just no.
toe wiggler.
No. Not the top one. it's
Lethal
hard.
like.
Lethal like. And it's just hard as fuck is the top one. Do you know what I mean? That's it.
Oh, that's the ultimate.
What
That's
is the
Chuck
ultimate?
Norris.
Yeah.
Chuck Norris.
Yeah, I know.
I know. You
believe that.
Didn't he?
Eh? Aye, I know.
It's like game of death, you know, when you're going through, you got to go through
Oh.
the floors and fight the boss.
Yeah.
Someone
That's it. Hard
someone
as
was
fuck's at
saying
the top.
he didn't die, he just completed it.
There were so many good ones. It's like Chuck Norris is going to carry his own body at the funeral. You know what I mean? So it's, it's fantastic. And somebody did an AI the other day. Did you say it was Chuck Norris? He had his own coffin on his shoulder.
Well,
Did all of that.
that's hilarious.
God
did he
needed
do?
help.
Was
Do you know what I
he
mean?
like
all of this sort of stuff.
What did he actually do? I generally don't know.
You don't. The thing is, he was like a.
Oh, do you not know?
He
Chuck Norris?
invented dans on kind of what? He was a taekwondo guy,
Right.
but he was also a karate guy. He was like 10th level black belt on absolutely everything. and he was
Probably the Western
proper Kenny
counter.
good.
He was the Western counterpart to Bruce Lee for like a whole decade. He was for a whole decade.
But he kind of he came into it because I think he was a trainer of like somebody at Hollywood, and they're like, you should be an actor. And I was like Steve McQueen or something like that said you should be an actor.
Right,
He's like,
okay.
oh no, I didn't bother, so he ended up getting him in. You know, like a stunt man. Like Danny Trejo, he ended up being an actor because he just go, you've got some screen presence.
Yeah.
So it was kind of one of those things. And then he's like, it's standing off with Bruce Lee in movies
Was
and
that
that.
iconic?
And
Do you remember which film was it off? The iconic one when they're in the cave.
that was I was in
The cat arching its back and Bruce
I'm
Lee's
not
copying
sure.
the cat.
No, he was in Enter the Dragon, wasn't he? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because Enter the Dragon, Chuck Norris was one of the fighters like in the competition in Enter the
Right,
Dragon.
Sorry, you
was
can't
it?
lose this. Lottie, very quickly.
I knew
could
he was
you-
an actor. I just didn't know he was actually like quite good at.
He was very, very good. That's why he's so well loved because
Right,
he's just
okay.
he's a solid dude who grinds and grafts, and he kind of invented like this new kind of technique as well. I think he changed like the 80s and the 90s for that kind of level, but he was like a white martial artist, but he was the best one. But he was solid. He was like a kind of action
was
star
completely
guy.
left field at the
and then
time,
he did
'cause nobody
movies,
liked him.
and then he just kind of created things, and he just I
suppose he did compete at then, really.
Such a
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
I want to remember which film it was off. Bruce Lee, Chuck Norris in a cave. Because there's a famous scene.
there's loads,
It lasts
but,
about 8 minutes. This one fight
Look,
sequence.
Chuck Norris is like the Rambo, the kind of early version
man.
of Rambo, but he's a natural guy. But he actually knew how to fight.
Aye.
So
Wave the Dragon.
we have the dragon. Yeah, I was.
You
was
haven't
that-
seen
that was
Wave the
on-
Dragon? Watch Wave the Dragon.
It was Enter, and then there was Weir, wasn't there?
Yeah.
So that was the one after that. But yeah, so from our perspective, Chuck Norris is like a childhood hero. you
Really?
know,
Chuck
but
Norris,
he could
rabbit hole.
actually fight.
Love it.
But that's why he's
Ode
like.
to Chuck Norris.
But then the whole, I think he's like probably had memes for the past 20 years. Like Chuck Norris is so hard.
Aye,
like,
well, that's where I knew
you
him
know him
from.
from. Aye.
Uh-huh.
But everybody loves him. You're not hear one bad word said about the guy, you know. So it is nuts, isn't it? Just one bloke. It's like his Jean-Claude Van Damme at the time.
Well, he
He
was.
was that kind of
Yeah,
guy.
that's
Yeah.
probably a good comparison.
Better than Rambo. Wasn't it? They just took loads of roids and then
Took loads
pretended to
of
fight.
Right,
Right.
tie around
Yeah.
his head.
Yeah.
Blew himself out.
Rocky IV though. Come on, man. One of the best soundtracks ever. Yeah, let's not talk about Nout. Let's talk
Now,
about
hold
what
on a
these
second,
boys
though,
are on
before
here
you
for.
go on.
Are you gonna?
You think that's the best soundtrack of the whole Rocky sequence? Rocky 4?
No, but it's like it had all the levels of entertainment, right? Cheesy. It had all of
It
the
was.
things.
It was cheesy.
That created the montage. That's
Yeah.
why everyone, you know, you go on, what's it called? Team America. Montage. That one. That's
Yeah.
based on pretty much that movie.
Yes.
Because when he was in the snow and he's like doing his pull-ups and then
But the
Drago was
comparison
like,
with Drago and all the high-tech kit.
Drago was high kit and he was like
Rocky's
pulling
chopping
logs
wood.
in snow. You know what I mean? So, but that was it. But it was the montage on it. And he had the beard and everything.
Just want down tools and watch a couple of films, lads.
Get my feet out.
Get
Get my feet out. I get my feet out.
We're the Dragon in Rocky 4 and you can hop off and go home. You know?
I don't know. Yeah. Do you watch do you watch movies or not? You lads
don't
kind
have
of
the time.
YouTubes? That, yeah.
Don't have the time.
Yeah.
Really, if I watch anything, it's when I'm having my dinner and I put like a Bob Mortimer skit on when I'm eating my dinner at work. It's the only thing I really watch.
Really?
Aye,
Even at
hilarious.
night, you watch TV shows?
I literally
or like
call
that?
it to bed at 10 o'clock.
Get
Go
in.
see Wiggle.
Really?
Usually
Really?
Usually don't leave the
I work
office
till
until
that
about
late.
9:30. Really.
Really?
Unless I've been at
Always on the
jiu-jitsu.
go?
I try to be.
Trying to make $1 million in a year or something. What's the matter?
Try to make $1 million a month. I'm not there yet. So if I'm not at jiu-jitsu, I'll be working in the office really. I can't sit still, man.
I'm the same, but it's kind of, we've got kids, we've got to go home. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
you got to turn up, you got to do your thing. But even then, it's hard to switch off.
Yeah, yeah.
You're in office and you're always on, you're always kind of,
Aye.
I'll just finish this thing. But
Aye.
it's that.
There's always something to do.
Yeah, but you're right. There's always something to do. I want to introduce these fellas a little bit because you are Minchella heritage.
Shields royalty. I would
Shields
say.
royalty, yeah, Shields
Definitely
royalty.
Shields royalty.
Because when we're talking about Minchella, he's going to go, it's ice cream. We're going to talk about that, but we're not because your worlds are kind of connected through that. That's the family business, and Coleman's and all that kind of stuff. But I was intrigued because I was talking to Matteo last week. We were talking about hospitality, and these lads are right in marketing. That's your world is marketing, but hospitality. So there is a connection. Is that how you
100%,
came through it?
So-
because of how you've been raised in the
Completely.
family business.
Yeah.
So my granddad's, he had Romano's. So in Cleveland, that's the last restaurant that I've got. But we had the one in the Metro Centre,
with the mini coming out the wall.
Oh,
Remember
yeah.
Mini
Yeah,
Village?
yeah.
Yeah.
So that was Romano's. He had a couple of
Mediterranean
American there.
village.
Nice,
It was brilliant.
What a place,
Yeah.
much better than what's there now.
Yeah.
Turfed out with 5 guys.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
In its day, it was
Because they wanted to
fantastic.
change all this.
I had to
Right.
put all the rent on massive, so people
Yeah.
didn't want to pay.
So like for 40 odd years, been in restaurants.
Mhm.
I think he started when he was 26. He died 3 years ago. And the restaurant's still going now. It's been run by my uncle. And my mum's in there as well. But I think just being around restaurants all my life, Matty's worked in the one in Clevedon as well. He was a chef when you were 15,
Drag kicking and
16.
screaming.
Aye.
Just so I understand, though, I know when I talk about ice cream, but was there like a division between who worked in the ice cream business and who worked in the restaurants?
Not really.
Not really, no.
Just
Like-
overlap.
So
No,
me-
it didn't overlap. I think it was
No?
like one family obviously run it
Yeah.
primarily,
Yes.
and some get recruited in.
I was the lucky one who got
He
recruited.
got recruited
All my mates out playing on BMXs. I'm getting dragged in by the collar. 6 in the morning. Get the factory, son. Probably where the work ethic comes from. To be fair, so I used to go to Minchella's at like 6:30 in the morning and work at about 5:30 at night. Then my other uncle used to ring us and go, "You need to send him to Bravie," because I had to go and wash the dishes. So then I had to walk from Minchella's to Bravie until like 11 o'clock. Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Well, not on a Sunday. I got an early one.
How old were you?
Well, like probably like 14, 15, 16. But I'd done it like until I left, really.
It just becomes the norm. It's like farming, you know, you've been raised on a farm, so you just
Yeah,
work.
it is.
you know
I
what
loved it,
mean?
to be fair.
Aye, yeah.
Well, maybe it's not the pot washing, but I loved the rest of it.
Yeah.
Good grounding though, pot washers, isn't
well.
it?
Well, it teaches you what you don't want to do, you know what I mean? But also you can do that if you need to.
Yeah,
Well, that's everything.
Yeah.
So it's a good education into business world as well.
Yeah.
Because if you're not in business world and you say, I was quite envious about, you know, a kid's dad's got a business. You're like, oh, you kind of got a first step up. Do you know what I mean? And you always wanted that.
Yeah.
And when your parents just have a regular job, you're like,
Well,
you don't understand that well.
never
do
really
you?
went
You know what I
down
mean?
that.
So you got no education in
I've
it.
got a bit of a
So-
take on that, to be fair. And I don't think it's entirely true. So I think everyone sort of thinks if your mum and dad or family have a business, they think you're sort of brought with a silver spoon, but 90% of the time, it's actually the other way, and you're just forced to work. Not forced to work, that sounds illegal. But you're like putting the work straight away, so like you don't get a lot of the other things that like a kid would have, that they just have a Monday to Friday
Well,
job.
you always want what you don't have.
Yeah, yeah.
I think that's the
Well,
case,
that's
isn't
it.
it? You know what I
Like
mean?
people like us, when you look at it's always when you look at family businesses, you always make that assumption that you'd be like, oh, that'd be great if we had that opportunity. Sometimes I guess it could feel like a burden to some people.
I mean,
you know, you've got that weight of responsibility of a
It's class because I mean, like you've always got like a fallback on. So if when you're out of job, my uncles and whatnot would hopefully put us up if I haven't done a number on them when I was like 18-year-old. So there's like that aspect of it, but then there's also aspect of sort of wanting to do your own thing as well, which is obviously what me and Matteo ended up doing.
Yeah. Was it kind of was it in years from the off kind of? I think we should go this way, but it's connected to what we do.
So
You know what I mean?
I think for the hospitality side, like we certainly recognised what the problem was in the industry, and we'd see like there was a gap in the market for the way that like images and videos weren't being portrayed right. Yeah, you didn't really get a feel of a restaurant. You didn't get like the hospitality of a restaurant through the imagery. So we pursued that, and I think that's what we've sort of done for about 3 or 4 years, and then we've sort of soon realised that the hospitality industry is getting harder and harder. It's like certainly through COVID. After then, it was just like different game. And then what we found is a lot of restaurants were coming to us as more of a last resort to like, can you get people in our restaurant? Otherwise, we're going under type of thing. As opposed to like,
We're
we're going to be forward thinking.
proper
We're going to be
strategy.
it's strategy
Yeah.
that we're going to do to try and grow the restaurant.
So why is that? Why don't they do that? Do they just not see the value in marketing and stuff like
I
that?
don't think it's that at all. I think when you actually go through the numbers of a hospitality business, you earn very little. The percentage is by the time you pay your cog, like all the cogs, the cost of goods sold, staff wages going up every other week. It feels like, but
And I think there's been a massive culture shift as well since after COVID. So especially people our age, whereas like when I was like 18, 19, everyone was out on the drink all the time. Now no one drinks, everyone's more into the fitness and running. So whereas like probably if you knock back just before COVID, like the main time to go for me was probably about like 7:45, 8:30. Now it's much earlier and people go home earlier, so they're not sitting drinking anymore. So they're losing a load on the drink. and all the alcohol and the food prices have hiked up loads. So the culture shift sort of combined with that, it's just like,
You know what, mate? It's nice for you to say that because I see it and I'm thinking the same thing, but I haven't talked to anybody about that. And it was nice to kind of sit you down and go, well, you're on the inside, and also you see the patterns.
Yeah.
You're younger.
Yeah.
But I'm seeing that as well. And it's like at the gym, there's a shift in the culture.
massive.
They still love food though, but it's like more of a, you treat yourself and it's a nice community kind of gathering more.
it's a
so,
run and a
isn't it?
croissant now.
It is
Do you
to
know what I
run
mean?
and a croissant.
Running a croissant
yeah.
and a flat white rather than why don't we go on a quick 5K
Do you
and then we'll
know
go
what we-
at it in the pub.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you know what we noticed massively as a business? Business lunches just don't exist
Oh,
anymore.
they don't. We
Yeah,
talked
yeah,
about
go
this
on,
yesterday to somebody.
Oh,
We were
yeah.
talking about
Like London
like back in the
lunches.
days, like when I worked in hospitality through the 90s and the early noughties. I had a restaurant myself as well. Early noughties.
I like that one. Like,
Early noughties. And everything's changed.
Yeah.
The stuff that people relied on, like so when you're doing GP and working out margins, you'd look at business lunches and
Yeah.
have bankers coming in and solicitors and they'd have budgets and
Doctors used
you
to
know,
come in.
and like
Yeah.
there was less a focus on kind of conflict of interest and transparency. People are just winding
Yeah.
down all the time and spending money. Hospitality operators relied on that. You know, you could
course.
forecast for it and go, right, we've got a bad Saturday, but we've got a really good couple of lunches coming up, or it's gone.
Yeah, because
It's hard.
Yeah.
If you couple that with the time that, so we used to stop serving food. It was about 9:30. Now it's about 8. These
Yeah.
last orders, and people used to be in the restaurant till 1, 2 in the morning. That doesn't happen
Well,
anymore.
you
They've
just
gone by.
rely- I
We're
mean,
out by 11
Yeah.
latest.
Completely. I mean, I remember you'd run a service on a Saturday,
Yeah.
and even if it was like a moderate service, if you retained 5 or 6 customers past 11 o'clock,
yeah.
they're serving them brandies and this
Yeah.
and that
Yeah,
and the
yeah.
other. Yeah, raising yeah, GP like that, like because you know that you know that you used to look at wet sales and think that was king.
We've got
Where
a
you
few
gonna get
people who
income
when they're in, we know that they're in. Shout out to Stu Ashman. Aye.
Yeah, he's in like.
Well, that's
He's a
good. I
legend.
mean, because we had Ian from Restaurant Pine
Right.
yesterday, and then we had Roger Crosby as well.
Right.
So he's obviously selling plates and all
Yeah,
that kind of stuff.
Catering equipment, catering.
I said plates and that.
Sorry, Roger.
Sorry, Roger. I meant
Yeah,
disrespect.
the region's premium catering supplier.
I can't go with that.
Get 10% off.
10% off now. Click the link. See, you're getting better at that. There you
Aye.
But because
Responsive
he was mentioning that as well about like advertising agencies. I was like, yeah, because they're just like half day Friday and then I'll go out to drink on the afternoon and then everything's on the client.
Yeah.
That industry's gone now as
Yeah.
well, and there's more. It's whittled down, and you might see it as well with photography content, whatever it is. It's all about grinding that price point down.
Yeah.
like
And
nothing. Then it's all in house. Then it's your daughter, your son, your cousin
Yeah,
who
yeah.
can do it, and they don't care because it's
Yeah.
throwaway because content is king. So it's just all on the phone. So the quality of it's kind of ground down a little bit. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
as
definitely.
well.
I think that's definitely a massive part of it. But I think there's also restaurants out there that don't even need marketing
Yeah,
because
definitely.
they've got such a good name.
Yeah.
Like the likes like Terry Laybourne, obviously Coleman's.
The thing is,
like
we,
that. They just don't
Yeah.
need marketing.
So
People
they
just
don't
know
see
that they're going to
yeah.
get good quality food.
like, we can get someone through the door once with the marketing, but we can't get them in a second time. As soon as they're through the door once, it's completely down to
Now you've
them.
handed the baton over.
Yeah, and
It's
the thing is
hospitality and service.
that
Of course it is.
that you've got to be with the market so saturated with all the good restaurants, really good chefs, good marketing. Like you've got to be on the top of your game all the time.
Yeah.
And whereas maybe 10, 15 years ago, you could probably get away with a bad meal because it was like, well, we'll try it again. Now they're like, well, I'm not going back there. And they'll
I
try
read a
somewhere
stat
else.
recently about saturation. Like, obviously, we've got quite a lot of restaurants per head of the population in the northeast.
Yeah.
Even though a lot of them closed down the first year.
Yeah.
But I was reading, I can't remember what the numbers were, but it was about retention and return rates. That even if someone has like a 5-star experience in a restaurant,
Yeah.
I think there was still only like a
Yeah.
25%
It's like
chance
20
that they would return.
Yeah.
You've basically got to get them through your door. I think it's 4 times and then they're likely to return.
That was
Yeah.
it. Yeah.
But you've
yeah.
got to get them through the door 3 or 4 times. And once you've got through the door through really good photos and
There's a
marketing,
burger place in America, wasn't it?
yeah,
that was
yeah.
doing it?
And then you've got basically the next 3 times they've got to have an exceptional level meal to want to return again and again and again. Then I think once you've got like 4 times, they're pretty much going to become a regular.
Yeah.
But them 4 times are going to be difficult to get someone in, considering how many places there is. Do you know what I mean? So
Yeah.
Well, it's become a stats game, and you understand it though, and that's the thing. Do most people out there doing similar to what you're doing, marketing? Do they understand this? Do they care about that? Because it seems like you lads do.
I think there's some that do and there's some that don't. We're more focused on like growing a business's revenue rather than posting like a really pretty video or like a jokey video or something. So we want people through the door, and we want ultimately the restaurant to make money off the back of what we're doing. So we focus on like the retargeting ads, the retargeting emails to get them people back through the door, because we know the numbers that we need to get someone in for it to be like to increase the lifetime value of that customer, to make it worthwhile for paying us to do a service as well at the end of the day. And that way you sort of get longevity out of the clients. The client's happy because they know they're getting people through the door and they know everything sort of runs smoothly.
Yeah.
That's proper strategic marketing, though, isn't it? And it's like targeted.
Yeah,
I think is it that's where you got to draw a big line of difference between that and no disrespect to kind of food bloggers or influencers, but there's a difference between that.
They've got
and
the
Definitely got the
throwaway
place, by the way.
content.
Yeah, 100%.
That is not going to bring return.
There's
It
a
brings
big-
optics and eyes, but it doesn't take people to the
But
restaurant.
it is like everything, you know what I mean? It's throwaway content.
attention.
There's YouTube, and then there's TV, and then there's
Yeah.
films. Do you know what I mean? There's all levels of everything all
Yeah.
the time.
I think there's a big difference between social media and marketing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
100%.
And I think a lot of people mix the
people
two
forgot
up
that,
too
though.
much.
I think they
Yeah.
do, but I think
100%,
it's probably like new businesses coming through the game. They don't see that because that's what they've been brought up through.
Yeah,
Do you know what I mean? And then they'll go, "Oh, we don't need it. Content's just
Yeah.
content. I'll just get a food blogger in, and I'll just get that." But
That's it, yeah.
what's the longevity of that? It should be a marathon. It's not a sprint, and I do think people are looking for immediate results straight away.
Feels like a sprint to some people, though. Sometimes I think if you're a new business in a saturated space, like a new hospitality, or you might be a small venue or whatever, like it can feel like a sprint because you feel like you're running out of time.
Well, yeah, this
all
is the
time.
problem. This is why people come to now as a last resort when they really should be coming to when it's going good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And it's got to be a sprint to get them back to the level where it can become a marathon, if that makes sense.
But I know from like experience, it would be that it was always the first thing in my mind that I knew I needed to be doing, and the last thing you budgeted for.
Well, yeah.
It was.
And our companies do, but it's always the bigger ones I do. But I think people should just take a leaf out of like Matty D's and stuff like that, because you never ever not see a Matty D's that. They're always everywhere all the time. They
attention.
constantly keep going.
Yeah.
And that's why I see it, they're top of the game. You should be doing more of that. You've got to still keep up with that. It's keeping up with appearances all of the time. But it's not rebrand. You're just bringing back something.
Also, you
definitely.
drill down on your audience. I mean, that was a good thing about the Pine conversation we had. You've got like return customers who've been back 30, 40 times. And you're not talking about low spend, you're talking about decent outlay.
It's
for
trust at the end of the day.
It's trust. They had people come from Australia and Hong Kong who were flying there. And it was the main part of that itinerary coming to the
They
Northeast.
planned it into their visit, but I'm like, you know why? Because you're creating an experience, and that's the difference. You kind of people want to go for the time, you know, for the hang and all that kind of stuff. It is, and I don't know. There's definitely something in there. But I mean, hats off to everybody putting themselves online, because I think you have to. If you're not doing
definitely.
that, what are you doing? You know?
And I also think we've basically said everything what a restaurant should be doing, and I generally think the setup that they've got at the minute with all the rates and the stock, it's really hard for them to do that, by the way, as well. It's not an easy thing when you need marketing, go and get marketing. So, well, can't really afford it.
I was
'cause of
speaking.
everything else.
I was speaking to one of my friends the other day, my barber, and he was telling us how, not mention his name, but he's a popular bar owner in Newcastle, and his rates have went from, I think it was like 50,000 up to 200.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Really?
200 grand?
Oh, no,
200
mate,
grand.
honestly, they're not like nudges
Oh, they've
up.
jumped like.
That's
And-
catastrophically
And
big.
also,
But
there's
your
another
money's not-
thing that's happened with the stack, because apparently the council got in with the stack, and I think it's
I've got to
it's been
make a
unfair
no
on all
comment,
of the
please.
smaller businesses.
Yeah.
So that's a shame. But
It's sort of set up at the minute. The
it's
company
hard. It's really
for
hard.
small businesses
Like,
not to succeed.
Oh, but mate, but it's like banging your head against the wall, because I
Yeah.
think like the long term. I've got to be careful from my point of view in terms of how I say this, but
yeah,
like council, I get that the councils need to raise revenue,
completely. Yeah,
but they also don't want to see like low rate occupancy on the
Yeah.
high streets where
Yeah.
they've got businesses closing all the time.
Yeah, yeah.
And I've always said I don't understand the rates position
yeah,
because you're trying to incubate new businesses and take them through. I work with street food businesses who don't have premises, but they're looking for premises in their second year. They get into a premise, they're gone in 18 months. I've seen someone recently on Heaton Road and Chilly Road. They're fantastic businesses and they're coming and going. And I don't understand the lack of kind of long term planning with an
almost like it's
authority
not
that doesn't
wanted.
say, hold on a minute,
Yeah.
We've got like plans around visitor economy. We want to bring more people into the city and all that sort of stuff. But we're decimating the things that they would come for in the first place. And they've just got to have a much longer term position. I've seen about 10 businesses in the last 6 months.
Yeah.
Especially the business rates thing.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
It's just-
Shocking, yeah.
They can't, I mean, they can't, there's nothing they can do
I can't understand how it's like
to get that revenue.
It can't be
There's nothing.
justified. It doesn't
It's a
make sense.
self-fulfilling prophecy, right? We're going to close because we can't pay that bill.
But we're talking.
It's not like a little bill either. It's like you kind of double.
Yeah.
It's just double
Double the
overnight,
rate,
like for what?
Double thing. But then you've got the perfect storm where they'll try and pass that. They can't pass on to the consumer, but they'll try a little bit, and the consumer will kick off because they can't afford to pay for it.
Do you know what I think though? I had this discussion with Dom not that long ago. It's so hard now for a restaurant to succeed because there's so many variables. You've got the hospitality. Is there someone meeting you there who's hospitable when they walk in? Do they make them feel at home? That's one massive part of it. Is the food service good? Is it good every time? Is it consistent? What does it look like? Is it on brand? Because it now needs to be on brand because there's that many places popping up that are spending hundreds of thousands on a fit out. And like you've got all of these variables. It's no wonder that all these restaurants are closing.
Well, mate, you've just got to look at Europe, right?
Yeah.
I wrote something about this recently with my Fadney hat on because we're talking about we're talking about the tourism tax that I think they're implementing in the northeast.
Really?
So like you get in like a European city, you know, you pay X percent. You live in a hotel or you live in a restaurant, and that is like quite advanced stages that around implementing that here. And I think, well, hold on a minute though. But in Europe, they pay half the amount of VAT. They don't pay the same duty on alcohol.
Yeah.
So they can afford to pay those levies.
Yeah.
We're like literally making it 3 times more expensive to run a hospitality business in the UK than it is in Europe. It's bonkers.
crazy.
It can't work.
But
I mean,
surely
it's just maths in it. It doesn't add up.
Yeah, it
there's
doesn't
got to
add
be a
up.
light at the
Can't
end of the
work.
tunnel for restaurants. Surely, like there's got to be
there's
some
got to
type of
be.
intervention because it's like it's just getting harder and harder and harder.
It is. I mean, well, Kenny Atkinson mentioned that, didn't he? Because he mentioned the amount of staff that he had to what he has now.
Yeah.
You've got to bring it down as
You
well
have.
because you can't afford to pay people's wages.
But then you also need to hire better because you need to make sure that the manager you're hiring could also do 2 or 3 different jobs instead of just one now.
totally.
And the higher
It's
better,
like-
we've got to start training better.
Exactly.
And make the industry more
and then
attractive.
where
and
it
it's
comes
just
to
like,
with like family business as well, they'll go from like looking at like the business growth to like maybe opening a new shop to like working back in the business, and at that point you've just got a really stressful job. Do you know what I
Yeah,
mean?
you
Without
haven't got a
having-
business
you don't have
anymore.
a business, you've got
Yeah.
a job because you're working in a day and night, and really it's probably not paying that well either
Yeah.
because of everything that they've got to pay out. So
There's no incentive there, is there? It's kind of, it's, yeah. I think
it's
like
an industry that relies upon
Yeah.
love and passion of what they do.
Yeah, it is.
It's a hope labour industry.
Yeah, you're completely right, but you can talk about the creative industry as well, like TV and all that kind of stuff. There's no jobs for people to go to, so why would they come into it?
Yeah.
You know what I mean, I would discourage everybody anyway. I'd be like, yo, this is a road which, if you start on it, there's no getting out, or you're going to lose your mind
Definitely.
trying to get there.
This is something that we touched on the other day.
I think
Wasn't
unless
it?
you
Wasn't
work
it?
in
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
It's hard, man.
it is really hard. I think unless you work in an agency, it's really, really difficult for.
Yeah.
We've
It
just
is, but
hired
then
someone.
again, but if you, sorry, mate, but
No,
just
it's okay.
if you're still in the agency, then as soon as you get to a certain age, they're going to dump you and get somebody younger. I've seen that happen as well. Do you know what I mean? They're ditching the people. You get over 55, they go, I can hire 2 people, which is the same version of you.
Yeah.
But it's kind of, you're not valued as a person and what you can give.
Yeah.
Unless you set up your own business, then you start on that again. It's kind of, it's mad, isn't it?
This guy who I hired, he works for Top Gear at the minute on freelance, and like his level of videography is just through the roof. When we had a bit of a discussion with him, it was like, how are you finding work? Like, we found it a bit shocked because we only advertise for like 3 days a week. And he was like, the industry's like really hard to get work.
Yeah.
I was like, with the skill level that you've got, like you look through his Instagram, it's like ridiculous.
Yeah.
It's like, struggling to get work. It's like peaks and troughs. So summer months you'll be busy, then winter you'll be dead. Like, but it's not, if you're paying out a mortgage, you've got a kid, it's unfeasible to do.
But it is unfeasible. But there we start it's fine when you're young because you can afford to do that.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
You don't have any. But as you go through life, kids, wife, family, house, and then everything kind of grows from there. You get more kid, everything's more expensive. Your insurance goes up and all that kind of stuff, and you build because you think as you grow, your wage will grow with that. It's kind of cut.
If
You
anything,
think so,
it
at
sometimes
heart,
goes
but
down.
then it's gone because the industry goes, hang on, we're not doing this anymore.
Yeah.
AI, social media, everybody's but clients are driving the prices down because it's the want and need for you. There's still a certain amount. If you're the 1%, you're all right. But even Hollywood, do you know what I mean? They just pulled they pulled Buffy the Vampire Slayer the other day. Do you know what I mean? They stopped it. They'd made it 17 mil per episode and went, we're not doing this anymore. And they'd spent millions starting to make it, right? And went, no. Simon Pegg. Simon Pegg.
Pulled, isn't he?
Yeah, the whole thing got pulled and the government has stepped in to kind of pay everyone's wages. There's a huge controversy because they'd made the show, everyone had the jobs and no one got paid because it went bust. You were
There's
like,
been a taxpayer bailout to pay the salaries.
Bailout to pay the salaries of the people working on the sets, man.
What,
This
in
is
the
where
UK?
we're at. There's no...
But the government bailed them out.
Yeah,
Aye.
yeah. I know.
Surely,
That's a big
surely
thing,
there's
yeah.
better ways to spend the money.
Well, actually, they've got
thing is-
I think
another
they
one.
said they got 40% in their contracts or
Yeah,
something.
but surely that should be an insurance side of a production company's
Yeah.
job.
Yeah.
do you know
Yeah,
what I mean? And
100%.
that's where that
So
lies.
that's taxpayer money.
Exactly. And
So
that's a huge thing.
another thing on this,
That's a
that-
Simon Pegg gig.
What I-
and that kind of thing go.
What
do you know what I mean?
I really feel for, again, going back to hospitality, because they're paying all these rates and like what the government spend the money on is berserk. You know, 2025 will give Pakistan £74 million to buy branded condoms. Yeah. And it's
Kind of bad statistic.
no, it is. And the totals, I think it's like above 110 million for like whatever else it was. But then it's like giving them branded condoms. But then him who's had a family business for the past 50 years can't afford
It's like they just don't
today's rate
invest
anymore.
in their own.
Do you know what I mean?
That's the
Because
thing.
you bump the rates
I
up
don't
too
think it's
much.
just that. I think they misinvest a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
you
definitely.
You see white elephant projects all over the place. You see short termism. You see money spent on things that they've kind of hoped will take off and they
Yeah.
don't. And you know they're not small sums of money. You
Yeah,
know,
yeah, big.
yeah.
Like if you look at it over 3 years or something, that'll be in the hundreds of millions of pounds that's being spent on projects that don't hit the road running. They don't work.
I do think it's the kind of, it's the thought, you do this for me and I'll do this for you. There's a lot of that goes on, but also they've never been in business, so they don't understand this.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
And
I think that's
if
a
you
big side
did,
of it as well.
But anyone in business wouldn't do that. Why?
Yeah.
Because you're going to get thrown at the wolves as soon as you step in.
Yeah.
Because it's hard.
Yeah.
But your whole personal life is on the line being a politician or something like
Yeah.
that.
100%,
Also, in
yeah,
a
yeah,
massive
definitely.
period of upheaval, though. I think the environment over the last 10
Yeah,
years
yeah,
has been very different.
Aye.
It's like you're trying to store sand in a sieve. You know what I
I
mean?
completely-
Like what it has though, like it's
It
like
has, aye.
they're all like wrestling, trying to find solutions to problems that they've never had to deal with.
Yeah,
That's not me letting them off.
Yeah.
There's an element of that, definitely.
You know what I mean? I think they're trying to find solutions for things
That they
that
don't have
they've
any
never
clear-
been presented with that
Yeah.
problem
Yeah.
before.
And like a lot, really not no one in the lifetime has either as well.
Yeah.
That's why I was asking if you were preparing for the apocalypse with the jiu-jitsu and that. Say we're coming to an end of a
That's just for
human
when he lips
phase.
up in the. That's just for when he lips up in the office.
Yeah.
I see.
But anyway, it's all looking bright, isn't it?
Well, I mean, I said this the other day. I said, look, why? We had a conversation, stand there, like, you're in the middle of like a workout session. And I was like, what? We just got really into it. I thought, well, why don't we save this for a podcast? Because I think it's important to talk about.
Definitely.
Because we're in industry, right? We're in business. We understand this. We say this, but nobody's talking about it. And that's what winds me up.
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
like
yeah,
this hidden secret we can't discuss. No, you can talk about anything.
People
Why
moan.
don't-
Everyone moans about it. Do you know what I mean?
Everyone
But no one
moans about
talks
it,
up. And
Can I ask you an unfair question then, right? So with all of your experience, right, coming from a family business, all your experience now working in marketing, what things do you think would need to change to make the situation better?
Yeah.
Into what
If you were
for
given like a
hospitality
day's worth
business?
of power where you could change some things in hospitality, what would you change?
I think it's everything across the board, from a business to a marketing.
There's so many different variables that
I'll
you
have to
that
give
would
you
have
three.
to
I'll tell you what,
change.
I'll have to have a think about it.
I have a
I
think.
will
And
have an
And it's
answer
not
for
a
that.
lottery winner.
Is that
either.
one of those like we'll come back to that question later, folks?
After the break.
After the break.
We're going to be back to the guys for their answers.
In the meantime, get 10% off. I think there's so many different variables of what would have to change.
Yeah.
And because if you actually look across the board, they're not really winning any section, whether it be rates, staff, the cost of goods, or the marketing side of it. Like they're not really. There's not a positive to it at the minute.
Yeah.
So
Do you know? Yeah. Do you know what I think? I think inflation is one of the biggest problems that we've got at the minute. And I don't think the figures are correct. If you look at a graph between what an annual income is for a household, and you look at what the cost of goods are, look what the cost of living is,
Yeah.
it just goes up and up and up. And what we actually earn each year doesn't really change.
Yes.
there's a massive discrepancy between
Huge.
that.
And
And I
it's
think
only
if that
getting
could
worse.
change anything,
Yeah.
that would be the one thing that I could change. Because the problem is people are getting to the end of the month and they don't have enough money to go for food.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
Yeah.
they can't treat themselves as much as they want to do.
Yeah.
That
No,
is
right.
the biggest problem.
The cost of living's far too much.
That's for the household user to get people into a restaurant. They need more money.
Yeah.
You're not going to go and spend £200-300 on a meal with your family if you're just struggling to get by.
But it doesn't help when we've got another war kicking off. And then I drove past this morning going, why is diesel 30 pence more than petrol?
Yeah.
And why is it 179? I was like, remember when it went up to like £2 a couple of years ago because of that? I'm like, we're heading in the same direction.
100%.
But the money's going up, but that is still stuck there.
Yeah.
This is the fuel we're using now.
Yeah.
It's not the fuel that's getting stuck, right?
Yeah, yeah.
So you're
They've put up
putting
the-
the prices up now, probably getting
So
ahead
if
of
they
it.
haven't got a
It's
stockpile.
forward. I listened to a whole program about this. the other day.
I know.
It's forward planning and
Yeah.
forecasting to de-risk their own positions.
Yeah, 100%.
It is
Yeah.
They
But it's
risk
wrong,
their own positions, but we have to pay for their
aye.
position. Do you know what I
Yeah.
mean? It's
It's
not
like the
my
kind of
decision.
It's the trickle. Oh, you're going to get me on a rant
I know,
now.
I
It's
know,
the trickle
but
down though
you
with
have to.
government, right? Because
It
then
is,
you
yeah.
think there's no way to control that.
Yeah.
But I tell you what, if you're renting a property or you're renting a space, or there's if you get to the end of the month, you can't afford to pay for those things. It bothers me that big businesses are supported to try and drag out the solution to their problems. But when it comes to a regular person or a
Yeah.
regular family,
Definitely.
you say, right, okay, I can't control the market. I can't control inflation. I can't control how much money I've got left in my bank at the end of the month. But there's still a bloke knocking on my door saying I've got to get out of the house so I don't pay my rent next week.
Yeah.
Where's the intervention to say, well, actually,
Yeah.
you can't.
right.
We've put a law in place to say that in this current situation, you can't do that. You can't just
Yeah.
make people homeless.
This big
It's like we
business-
can all fall through the sieve, but other people don't.
This big
Right,
Yeah.
Renters'
It's
rights
wrong.
bill.
It is.
Yeah.
Renters'
This-
right acts is
It is.
helping with that.
Is it?
Yeah, massively.
But-
So you kind of do. So basically, I think they got rid of the Section 21 Act, or Section 21, where you can basically evict a tenant at any point.
Yeah.
So now it's got to go to the courts. So they've brought out something else called landlord insurance, which basically covers you if like a tenant doesn't pay for 12 months.
Right. Okay. That's positive.
But still, again, it's big business. We care more about the big business, and they're valued more than you. That's
Yeah,
how we
yeah,
say it.
definitely.
That's how we say it.
It's because
And
it
then-
makes money for the government. Do you know what I mean?
But then that's why we talk about community and kind of the pressure cooker on the streets, and that's why people kick off because they're getting squeezed all the time. And whereas
Yeah.
it,
Well, it's- well, it is
kicks
like
off in the
everything.
street, doesn't it?
Everything's
yeah,
reversed,
definitely.
isn't it? Like, if you owe HMRC VAT, it's like, pay your VAT now. If they owe you money, we'll give it in a year.
Yeah.
Oh, we'll knock it off. That's not like,
Hold on a minute.
we'll knock it off in April.
Yeah.
So like that doesn't really help us. Do you know what I mean?
But we had it as well. Because of their issue, we had our VAT kind of numbers stolen, right? And it was their issue. They admitted it. We had to pay it, and then we've got to wait.
It was like a big scam. It was a public. It was in the press.
And they were sending us letters every week. I'm like, but you know there's a problem. Why are you sending us these letters? We can't do anything because we can't access the account because you lost it all. Do you know what I mean? And now we're getting the pressure on it. And you know, it has an effect on your day. It has an effect on your mind and how you approach life
Yeah,
as
yeah,
well. So
definitely.
Yeah.
Am I
you
going to go to
kinda-
jail?
Yeah.
Morning
You know,
dose of negativity.
you're more
I'm
than
doing
dosing
everything
negativity.
right. Why shouldn't I? Don't need this extra thing in my life to kind of worry about.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
know, so
It's just, to me, it's sort of like, it almost seems like there's an agenda to have nothing and be happy. Do you know what I mean? So it's sort
There
of
is
take
2030 agenda.
20. Well, there you
that
go.
is
Right?
the
Like
thing.
have nothing, be happy, and don't try and do anything for yourself, because if you do, we're going to make it really difficult for you. That's
mad, isn't it?
almost how
You're
it
out in a
feels.
bunker having like a
Feels
meeting
like it
about
is.
like a political coup.
It's when
Start
political,
a
like.
movement.
Should we start a cult?
that's where it goes. Is it a movement or a cult? You know what I mean? Yeah. It's all right.
My cult might be better because I'm trying to grow a beard.
You know what? But if the leader of the cult dies, it becomes a religion, doesn't it? You know what I mean? That's what everything is. Yeah? It's a cult until they're done, and it's a religion. Then they carry it on. Yeah. There's a tax. Yeah. Right, well, you get a tax incentive though for religion. Right? Yeah. Mad, isn't it?
Tax incentive.
Yeah.
It's going to be something
Everything-
food related though, isn't it?
Yeah.
Cult.
Food related
What's
cult.
going down?
Food.
I reckon Dom and Rich had to jump in on that as well. To be fair, like
oh, they did. Yeah.
At the front line with the battered sausage.
the Codfather.
Yeah.
like that.
I love that.
You see the silhouette of Lord Chips coming down the street. You know what I mean? Like, everyone following.
Chips.
Yeah, Richie Chips. Well, Richie Chips Senior, Lord Chips.
Oh, is that Lord Chips?
There's Lord Chips because now he's got the freedom of the city. Do you know what I mean?
His lordship's the secretly ruthless one that's got like a
He is
mahogany
that, you
desk
know, and
and
you
that.
got to go and kiss the ring and all that. That's the kind of thing. Butler's ring.
Butler's ring.
He's got
Now it's getting
Deep fried ring.
Deep fried ring. Kiss the deep fried.
I'm sorry.
Oh, they love it, man. We're newly adopted, man. Aren't we? We're kind of part of the family.
Are the papers through yet?
Yeah, so I don't know. Are you changing your
adoption
name? I'm going to
papers.
change my name. I don't want to be Odd. I want to be Chips. Dan Chips.
Dan Chips.
Do a spin-off. I'll be gravy. You can be curry. You know what I mean? That'll be just laying into the question.
Brilliant,
It
lad.
works, doesn't it? Yeah.
We'll have lighten the load a bit after the
I
hospitality.
was getting a bit stressed. I was going to start, effing and jeffing about the government.
I got deep quickly, like.
Oh, did I?
Back
It's
to chips.
important.
It
It
is
is.
important.
The other side of those things I want to touch on is you can't. It's like having the variables and the fixed stuff. You know the things that are going to happen that you can't control. And like one of them is trend. You mentioned people aren't drinking. The hospitality business for like decades and generations have relied on that as a big part of the revenue. You've got to think really quickly about how you replace it. And I worry that I don't know what replaces it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because, like you've got no and low alternatives and people not drinking now.
The only way that you can probably hedge yourself against the inevitable happening is, I think, if your business offers multiple different services for different audiences. So like Commons, they've got an upstairs restaurant, a high-end restaurant, and then they've got a takeaway downstairs for people who want to come and go.
Yeah.
Like you must have these different ways of like of attracting the traffic, because I think just having one single restaurant now, it's easy doable. Well, it's not easy doable. It's doable, but it's really hard.
Unless you've got a really, really good USP.
Yeah.
Like a really good one. Because like, again, like some like USP, like unique selling points, for example, they'll last until the trend dies. But if you've got a really good one, like Coleman's
I
Fish,
think
they've got the best fish and chips in the
In
north.
terms of hospitality now, I think the best, not best, but easiest business model is just to open something small, like what Pablo Escobar did.
Yeah, yeah.
Where it's a service
I
counter.
was going
you
to
come
talk
out-
about them because they're nailing it online. Like,
They are.
they're doing really well.
Once you've just got a business, say if it makes 50k, 60k at the end of the year,
Yeah.
rather than trying to max that out anymore, you just
double
open another
shops
one.
and, yeah.
Just
But
open
we're
another
seeing
one.
that with like
That's
all the
how
people we
that's
work
the
with
only
in the street
business.
food space. A lot of
Yeah,
them
yeah.
now, like they come through our markets that we do.
Yeah.
A lot of them are qualified chefs coming out
Yeah.
of professional kitchens.
better
into
model.
street food businesses because they can be where they want
Yeah, yeah.
when they want, and they can do much more factoring about how much they can expect to earn doing what they
I
do.
think it's a much better model. And well, I think now it is. I think it's a much, much better model having a van or a pop-up shop somewhere or something.
Do you know why it de-risks a lot of the variables? Because
Yeah.
if you think of a restaurant, there's so many different areas that you need to be hitting to be a good restaurant. If you're a little pop-up van, you can take out hospitality straight away. You just have service and food. You just have food even. Like service doesn't really matter.
But
as
like
long as you're
all other
getting a
stuff, the
good meal.
rates and all of that, you know,
Yeah.
you're not a static business. So
Yeah.
you don't have the same outgoings.
Yeah.
Do you know another thing on this as well? I think hospitality, right? So if you go into a lot of restaurants now, a lot of the members of staff are probably a little bit younger, maybe college students, uni students. If you go back about 10 years, they're always like all the people who've been in hospitality for so long. And I think social media's killed off the love for hospitality a bit as well. Because they see all these people like making loads of money online and they want to do this job and this job, and you've got everything at the click of a button now, whether it be Google, ChatGPT, or any sort of AI, you know the answers to everything. So the past changed. So for instance, you'll have a member of staff who works in like a good restaurant that probably's been there for 40 years and they know everything. The hospitality is unbelievable. They know all the regulars inside out.
Yeah.
Now you've actually lost a lot of the hospitality aspect of going into a restaurant because you don't get that as much anymore because people pursue different careers to what they used to because it's not as booming as an industry as what it used to be. So I think that's a massive aspect as well, that especially in the Northeast, I think it's lost. Don't get it wrong, if you're going out like Manchester or London, it's a different scene altogether.
Yeah, but it's just footfall and it's city
Yeah.
and there's people and there's demand for it. It's all
I think
it
it's
is
also
demand,
because
isn't
if you
it?
look at the demographic in the Northeast and you look at, I mean, we talked to Terry about 21 with this.
Yeah.
They've been good at retaining people because they've built a culture in
He's
that
really good
business.
at training
It's an
staff.
establishment,
Yeah.
you know.
The hospitality and
we talked with Ian stages and they develop people. So they get the bug of wanting to learn more about hospitality because they might become a sommelier or they might, there's a pathway. Whereas most businesses, we've got some incredible independent hospitality businesses. Yeah, I mean, like in Heaton, there's some brilliant 20-seater. You want to keep hold of them because they're fantastic, but they're reliant upon student footfall for that staff, and they're only around a certain amount of time in the year, and the students have got more power. When they want to go on, right? It was just a stepping stone. I'm doing this job for now. I'm going to move on.
What's the restaurant we were talking about yesterday? I went with Georgia, the 21 Sister restaurant.
St. Vincent.
The hospital, that's amazing.
It is. It's incredible.
The hospitality in there is just perfect.
Yeah, but you can see the sort of thread through the whole business, can't you? It's consistency of standards. Everybody looks at the bought in. They're not just there for a part-time shift.
They've been brought in because
educated about the business.
Is that where Drew's wife works? Mink?
Mink is in 21.
Yeah.
Well, that's the same in there, yeah.
Drew, that's his wife, Mink.
Oh, okay.
No, she's from Thailand, isn't she?
Yes.
But she's a
She
trained
works in
chef.
21 Kingside.
Which
But
is
then Broadshire is the same. So you can no matter where he moves his business around, you know for a fact if Terry had a street food business, the same values would be there. Exactly the same values. You'd see it.
I've seen Terry shucking oysters, man, and in a gig, I think he's in the background.
As a side, he hates us talking about, by the way.
I know,
but it's important because there's a bedrock of standards that were created there.
Well, a lot of the good chefs from the northeast, typically where they come from, Terry Leibon's restaurant. But it's really good at training people.
But the thing is, it's nice to see him like that. I mean, I saw him last week. He's just standing there having a crack, So it's just I was standing there talking to his marketing guy, Nick as well. Shout out to Nick. But yeah, I was just kind of having a good old whinge about the industry because it's nice to see their perspective. Because I'm like, how do you multiple restaurants? How do you market each one? Is it a different vibe or is it an all round ethos? Well, you got to stick to the ethos, but everyone has a different sort of specific kind of personality and twist on a character. Do you know what I mean?
It's like same core values with different personalities. Almost,
that's the thing.
Yeah.
But it's getting that right's quite hard as well. Imagine doing that. Oh, how are you going to market all of these different things? Yeah, you might only think in it one way, so it's kind of. How do you approach it differently, and what's right for each one? Yeah,
so, I mean, everyone's probably got their own way of doing it. The way where we spend a lot of time in the setup, so we'll pretty much understand the tone and the brand voice inside out before we take something on.
So is that what you do first? You go into business, go right. What's this about? You get a feel for it, you get a vibe for it.
The question
you have to understand it, don't you?
The questionnaire is like 30 pages long.
Is it really?
Yeah, it's huge. But we need it because we need to understand everything about the business, because if you don't understand it to a T, then how are you going to market what it is?
Yeah. People are also really bad at like describing the business, like 99% of the time. So we look at like the tonality of like the sentences and like pull out bits from that and like right, okay, it's a bit more dialect there. Do you know what I'm saying? So you've got to really examine like what
reading
what
between the lines almost.
Exactly.
With it.
What's the perfect time for you to be introduced to a business? Right at the very beginning.
No. We'd much prefer an established business because they wouldn't be able to afford the cost of marketing.
And
it's a big outlay.
I think it's a different campaign to start what it is a year down the line. Massively different. Because ultimately you need as many people through the door as what you can, and I don't think we're not like quick in the fact that we're going to get loads of people through the door through a month, but we know in 3 months time you're going to get some return off it. So I think it's a much different route where you'd want to be, really newspapers, loads of influencers, and loads of like sort of like press attention almost. Whereas we work almost like a snowball effect. Do you know what I mean? Rather than a big ball at once.
Does it give you a really say criticising your own children? Doing what you're doing, does it give you a really critical eye when you look at your own family businesses? If you're looking at Minchella,
loads.
you're like, hey, come on guys, we need to have a chat.
Do you know it's so funny? Like trying to do a photo shoot or do some marketing in ROMs is just physically impossible. My uncle's like, can't do that. We don't want more people in. Are you mental?
I want to retire, man. Stop. It does. Yeah, massively. But I think, to be fair, I don't think I've really had any family be with client, really, unless I was first starting.
Websites.
We've done websites. But in terms of like actually like rolling contracts, I think your clients become your friends quicker than your friends become your clients. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, they've grew up with us. They probably just think I'm still seeing the daft lad I was when I was 16. So
It's
everyone's
hard
not doing
because
it.
people see you
as
a certain
you
way.
are.
Yeah.
Well, that's the thing. I mean, even
We have that problem,
We have
don't we?
issues as well because people just associate you with being that person that you were 10, 20 years ago, whatever it is. I'm like, but just
But always change
there,
all the time.
just look at it.
Always
man.
evolve.
Yeah.
By the way,
Just have a
but
look.
That's the thing. You're more than one thing as well. So it's what your value is now. But then you just got to put some graft in and to change that and put yourself out there.
Yeah,
and
yeah,
change the
definitely.
narrative and. This podcast, and then people go, "Oh, you're just doing a podcast." You're like, "Oh my god!" Do you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, we'll just sit there.
We just do
and
one.
5 days
I
a
would do
week.
one thing.
And
I'm
that's
easy
super.
talking. Top of note.
Loads of cuppers, how it's
It's like it's madness, man. But we understand the industry, we understand the world and how it's shaping and where it's going. So that's why we do what we do because we are skilled at lots of different things. But the world kind of works with all of the things in us as well. Do you know what I mean? They all marry up together. So we get it. We just say keep putting it out there so people understand. Go, all right, okay, and then whatever it is they need, then that fits them.
Yeah.
We know we can do it. It's just whatever can slot in. But we know that we'll just go. They don't understand what that is, but we'll just go, that's this and that. And they go, oh, that's great. That's fantastic. Well, it's the same thing I said in the first place, but you didn't say it that way. Do you know what I mean? I've just had to sell you it on the back end. Do you know what I mean? I've had to kind of reshape it, go, well, you wanted this first, then that, then that. But we went, you need this and then that, then that. Do you know what I mean? It's probably the same as you guys. I need a website where you need to kind of put yourself out there. Your brand is crap, so start there and then build up to that. So, do you know what I mean?
We had so because of the industry, what we found was just getting harder and harder for like clients to stay afloat. Essentially, like they were getting marketing, obviously getting people through the door, but sometimes it wasn't just a marketing problem. It was like an actual internal problem with the food, with the service. So it was too many variables and too many risks for us as a business. So we ultimately scaled out of it. We've still got our hospitality clients who are service now. And if we'll take the right ones on, if it's a case of like new people want to come to us, we're very selective on who we take on now. But we had to transition out into a whole new model. So essentially what we do now is we focus on branding first. So we'll redesign a brand, work in multiple industries, software, architecture, what else? Trades businesses, e-commerce businesses, what else do we do? IT, everything.
Everything, pretty
So
much.
essentially what we've done is we've created a model where we solve the next problem of a business. So we'll redesign the branding. Matty's really good at drawing logos, so you'll hand sketch all the logo out. And then once they've got that, they'll find that the brand doesn't match the website. And also the website isn't built for conversions. So what we'll do then is we'll build the website and we'll build it for conversions. So now it's ready to actually get traffic. The next problem is they don't have traffic. So then we'll start on the marketing and the paid ads. And we'll ultimately map KPIs of the business. What you're trying to do this year? What are your goals? Map the revenue, and we just try and grow it every quarter.
It's like replumbing a house, isn't it?
Yeah.
When you think about it.
You've got to do a
Everyone
stage
tries
by
to fix
stage,
the blockage
yeah.
or the drains, but they don't realise they need to replace
But
pipes.
you're right. But that's the whole point I was trying to get to about what we're talking about. You just go in, you just know exactly what it is because you're coming in from the outside perspective. You're
Yeah.
saying it, you go on. You're saying you know the problem. It's not that. It's this first.
Yeah,
Do you know what I mean?
We
You
had
gotta do
this,
that
we had
first
this
before you do
exactly
that.
yesterday with Brogan,
Yeah,
didn't
I
we?
think a lot of business owners as well are sort of quite stubborn in the fact that they think they're right a lot of the
Yeah,
time.
because it's yours. You're passionate about it. You know.
You know, it's definitely in hospitality.
Definitely-
Because
definitely
everybody loves it
hospitality.
so much and they grab it.
Yeah.
And then it's like watching Kitchen Nightmares.
110%.
Like, I love it and I love
Yeah.
it so much. I've strangled it to death.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
not working anymore.
Exactly
But I
that.
still want to keep hold of it the same way. But I want you to change it. But you can't.
Yeah, but you can't. Yeah, money.
I want to do this like 60-hour video, but I've only got a tenner.
Totally.
Can you wake us up on the morning, sleep in the bed with us on the night?
Why don't you come with us for 3 full days straight, but I'll just pay you next month because I don't have the budget at the minute. But this video will give us some money. It's like, no,
Well,
mate,
that's still
it's not.
comparing their rates to like how much it used to cost to go on the yellow pages or something like that. That's not what I used to pay. 1992.
I've got a digital camera now.
Back page in a mag's not going to cut it. Is it? It's not where you want to be.
No,
definitely not.
What's the point?
Well, there's a statistic, an Alex Hormozy thing about newspapers, and it's basically saying the rate that you'd have to grow a newspaper business was like 100% because the rate's declining is like 50 or some ridiculous statistic.
Yeah.
Like every year it's like declined 50%. It's like no one reads newspapers anymore.
They don't. I mean, yeah, it's tough because it's a shame. It's like magazines. I love reading articles, but for me, it's like bite-sized chunks. But it's there in your hand. But again, it's kind of, I don't know. It's you make a magazine, you sell the thing, then the money comes back. Yeah,
Yeah.
You put it online, people expect it for now.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Apart from the Guardian, they went, well, it's just pay what you want kind of thing.
Yeah.
So it's that, but that worked. But it's the Guardian. Do you know what I mean? You kind of how do you do
I
it
think
for a
everything's
small
changed
business?
though because of attention and how it's captured now.
You're
with
right.
Videos, short form videos, like everything's changed with TikTok, I think, and Instagram.
People don't consume information the way they used to.
It's like an attention war. That's all it is.
It is an attention war,
Brain
but
rot war.
Yeah,
but
it
it
is.
just sucks the dopamine out of your
Yeah,
brain.
it does.
yeah.
It does.
Oh, I'm gonna.
Like my little brother, right? He plays a game. What's it called? Roblox.
Roblox, yeah.
And
Right.
they're called brain rots or something.
Yeah.
I call brain rots. He's, I haven't got enough brain rots. I'm like, get off that game.
Yeah, I'm not going to go down here, but steal a brain rot as well.
Steal a brain rot.
Steal a brain
Is that
rot
what the crack is?
the thing is,
yes.
other people can steal the things that you've got, and you go and buy them, and then they can steal them from you. We've had some issues in our household because of that. Do you know what I mean?
People stealing
You've bought-
virtual things.
You spent 15 quid buying something like a little kind of, some kind of carrot and mouse or something, right? You go into this game, anyone can take it off you.
Really?
Really?
Yeah. Proper issues because for me, it's addiction as in it's putting the pound in the slot machine, right? It's the excitement, but I can steal it from them. Yeah, but they can steal it from you.
That's
and
getting
you
some
go
really
in, you can
bad
lose like
value.
that 17 quid you've just, and we've had that in our house with
That's
my boy,
still
so I
some
had to
terrible
take it off
values.
him
It's shocking.
because he cannot not go back in. It's this.
No way, I
it's
didn't
Full
know
on
that.
monetizing addiction.
It's full on monetizing addiction. And last week we were in the car driving, and I've explained this so many times. I went on to ChatGPT. I went, "Can you describe the mental health issues and why it's set up this way?" And it just said it's the whole thing, and it explained it to these two. They still want to go on them when you get home.
Do you know,
I'm like,
do you know what it is though?
What
It's
they're
like,
going to be like when they grow up?
it's
all these
been
kids.
built for that,
We're all
for
in the
addiction,
Matrix, man.
do you know what I find
to
mad
keep
though?
you going back in.
Like all of this
Slot
like
machine, mate.
wrong
That's what it
and
is,
like
really.
evil, it's broadcasted to you subtly though. Like they're calling it a brain rot. It's like
Yeah, it is.
it's like they're rubbing it in your face.
Yeah, but now it's
Steal a brain rot.
Yeah,
thing,
yeah.
right?
Steal a
He's
brain
got-
rot.
I'm not
But it's
saying-
worse than ever because they're actually making you own it.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah,
like all the terms that you hear, like even my kids' generation, bed rotten. Bed rotten is a thing.
But just
That's
sitting in the
almost
bed all day.
celebrated. Like, oh, I'm just doing that. Just like we all like so. The greatest like
Your bed's always
triumph
been
of
rotten, hasn't it?
social media and social media companies is doing that. It's convincing kids that it's all right to do nout
It's
and to
not
be
right.
owned by the media.
It's
Yeah,
crazy.
But
It's
the
so
thing,
wrong.
But the thing is,
So
and
wrong, completely.
that's the issue with kind of online. The kids are always going to push back from who you are and what you're saying. Do you know what I mean? They're always going
Please
to go
follow our
against it.
YouTube channel.
It's like, yeah, but it's to say, look, man, it's like back in the day with cigarettes. Don't smoke; it's bad for you. I'm going to have a cigarette. Do you know what I mean?
Well,
It's
it
like
is.
they're
It is
always
the
going to
exact
do
thing.
it,
They're always
and
gonna
it's
do
the
it.
same thing. But for me, it's the addiction thing, and that playing on the game could lead to gambling addiction.
Yeah.
Losing your house, drinking,
yeah.
Mate, the
drugs. It
difference
could
being,
lead to
though,
everything
and
like that.
smoking
That's-
things as well.
Smoking
Do you know what I mean?
alcohol,
Exactly,
nicotine
exactly,
alcohol were
yeah.
always obvious.
Yeah.
And they were about your own discipline and control.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. And, 60 years ago, they were advertising smoking as if it was positive. I get that, and everything goes through its journey. Social media is different because it's been built, the architecture of social media from day one.
Rewires your brain.
Has been, well, have you seen like social there's a film about setting up a Facebook, I think it's called The Social Contract or something. Look at these people, the first employees of Facebook and all that, admit that it was gaming and gambling, addiction, like algorithms that were built into it to try and make that
the higher
work.
psychologists that figure out how they get you more addicted.
And
That's
what
the
do they
whole
all say?
setup, you know.
Wouldn't let my kids use it.
Aye, they all say
yeah.
that. Yeah,
The tracking
They
that
didn't
you
want the kids
that you
aren't
could
allowed
do
to
on
use it.
Facebook is berserk, by
Yeah.
the way. Back when, not so much anymore. You can't do it as good as what you used to be able to do. But absolutely insanity what you could track on Facebook. Do you know when people say, "Oh, they're listening to us"? They're not. They just can track you every step that you've done for the past
Of course, aye.
year.
Yeah.
Do you know
They
what I
do
mean?
listen to you as well.
I do. Side note, I generally do think they listen.
Yeah.
110%.
But
Well, I do, yeah.
like really bad. Like you can quite damaging actually if you get the wrong person who knows what they're doing on it. It's like you can get someone who's just came out of a 3-year like relationship, having a breakup, going through mental health problems, and you can hit them up with some canny dangerous ads. Well, not so much anymore, but used to be able to. And it's changed a bit now because iOS and Meta basically had a political argument. So iOS
Just
said,
a few days ago, wasn't it?
no, this was like 2018. Yeah, it's a different.
Because they got
So,
sued and actually won against them the other day because a woman
4.1
they say
million
that she got
compensation.
4.1 million because it kind of ruined her life, but it kind of kept on, kept giving her the thing like you're talking about that she didn't want to look at, but it kept doing it.
Yeah, but on the same day, Keir Starmer was going, we're still consulting to see what the damage social media has on people. And then they have a case that's just been won by a person proving what social media damage has on
and the
people.
whole of Australia has put a 16, they put an age limit like cigarettes, do you know what I mean? Like alcohol. They put 16.
Good.
So you have to be
Kids need to
16
get
for
outside and
social
just
media.
go on a BMX and like do normal things.
Scratch their knees, pick stones out their kneecaps.
It's different now.
I was always in
It
hospital
really
when I
is.
was a
I
kid.
was as well.
Yeah.
Like
It's back in my
constantly.
head. I've got scars all over when I was riding my bike and everything.
Completely.
Even like I think like kids' immune systems are going to be shot to shit.
Of course they are.
Like when I used to go around, roll around the mud and like eat a sandwich with crap on my hands. Like
Why
now,
do you think we've got a rise of allergens and all this sort of stuff?
Vaccines as well, though.
now they're just
Exposure,
sitting
it's about-
everything's. Do you know what I mean? It's honestly the system's really not. And I think we were probably the last like few years before it got really bad. So we just scraped out of it, I think. But now I actually really feel for the kids now because when they grow up, they're going to be not like.
Look, it is kind of tough because obviously we're in the world and you go, it's up to parents and all that kind of stuff.
It's not.
It's
Doesn't
up,
work.
right. It's up to parents, but when it's in their everyday life and it's societal, right, and everyone's doing it and everyone's on it, try getting your kids to not want to do it. It's impossible. And you go, right, we're going out. They're kicking and screaming and they're kind of just trying to pull them away from that kind of stuff.
But the thing
it's
is,
really hard.
It starts.
Really is
I mean,
hard.
I was listening to a program on the way in on LBC, and they were saying like it was about education, and they were talking about that case that's just been won and saying, what hope have we got in tackling this problem when like systemically where everything's designed now to be online, not strategically. You know, like if you're if schools, if you press reset on schools now, and they all use the same system, and there was an online system and whatever, but this guy was on talking about schools at the minute. And they're going, when schools set homework now, kids use 4 or 5 different apps for their music homework, for their maths homework, for their English homework. Everything is driven towards, no matter when they leave school and they go home, they're going straight back on the screen.
Not thinking as well.
Not thinking.
They've lost the ability to think as well, I think. So, and I think this goes back to the agenda of have nothing to be happy because these people who don't have the ability to think anymore because they've constantly used AI to answer all the questions and not really had like that level of having to like think about really strategic problems that they're sort of set up just to work behind the screen for the rest of life as well.
Like
Which I
what
think
type
is
of
wrong.
humans are actually breeding at this stage?
See, my conspiracy theorist in me was saying, I think that's all deliberate.
Yeah, it is, of course.
I know, but it's
Phones in their hands. Right, hold on. And we're living in a cult. I mean, this is the bugbear I've got, right?
Yeah.
So, and I'm going to get shot down probably by loads of people because I always hear this. Going back to food and drink, right? My biggest problem all the time is I'm not going to buy that. It's too expensive. Or we run a market. It's a bit expensive, that food. Like, even if it's like natural produce, if it's fish or it's meat or it's cheese or it's bakery, it's always the thing that we'll trade down on in this country. Too expensive. Food's too expensive. But mobile phone contract's gone up by 10 quid and I'm paying 70 quid a month, but I haven't even questioned it because I don't care. Why do people not care about that, but they care about the price of food going up?
Yeah. I think
It's a true thing.
It is a true thing.
I think
mate.
it's a generational thing that people have just said for that long.
Yeah. Oh, it's all
It's
right.
ingrained.
It's gone up a tenner again. That's 90 quid a month. It's all right. I need more. But
But I think the thing is that it's,
Don't
the
need food.
it's the difference between saying that money there and you having to put that money to the person straight away. So you got to buy it there and then. This is just coming out your bank account. You don't say it. I mean, there's a little bit of a difference in that as well. So they can kind of keep putting it up. It's like everything goes up. It's like at the Sky billing, right? So this is exactly the same thing, but it's itemized line by line. 1 quid, 1 quid, 1 quid. It's like 15 on top of everything else by the time you add everything on. Oh, it's only a quid though. It's not. It's like quid times like 10, you know? So that's not appropriate to the cost of living. It's kind of, it doesn't balance out.
Yeah.
Like you just said, it does not balance out. Yeah, another one, case in point, down in London. We were doing a photo shoot and the hair and makeup girl said, this is the lowest rates I've had in 15 years. 15 years. It's
crazy.
unbelievable. and London, she lives there. That's all gone up like about tenfold, and she's on lower rates than she was.
Everything's just
It's
gone
like
up.
it's like they just
Everything
don't want
else.
people
It
to
is,
succeed though.
The only thing that hasn't went up is
crazy.
televisions.
So this one, Katy Perry to go to
Television,
space as an
The only thing
astronaut.
that's got cheaper. The only thing that's got.
Well, you get to space and come back. And,
That's it. Everything's
ground.
fucked.
well, apart from-
But Jeff Bezos can pay for Katy Perry to go to space as an astronaut.
What?
not.
Really? Is that a thing?
so not.
It was.
Was
Last
it?
year.
She took a daisy up. Did she take a
There was a
daisy?
group of people like.
Oh, was that the video she
And
went
that,
up
like,
and she had touched
you know,
the
it was
touched
a-
the ground?
kissed
or
the-
Nah, she
something
kissed the ground.
Kissed the ground.
It was a great. It
She
was
only went
one,
up half hour. So you get off
It's
the
a
mega
controversial
bus, kiss the
statement,
ground.
right?
You know what I mean? I'm hot.
It is controversial, but it was like the build it is like one step for feminism, and it was like this big phallic shuttle went into space. It was like a Dr. Evil thing, right? Phallic shuttle into space, right? And like they just convert, fast track, tens of years of like experience and become gastronauts.
Yeah, I hope that door.
Astronauts, right? And come back down. And Jeff Bezos paid for it all. What did it achieve?
I don't know, but I hope that door wasn't at the top. You know what I mean?
You can see that.
5 women coming at the top
like
of this
Austin,
phallic object.
Austin Powers.
What's going on?
With a little cat. A little
Like,
cat.
it opens up like that.
But again, all the suits were designed. It's like a high-end design, and all like skimpy. Like, oh man, are you joking? It's
Really?
Aye, well, yeah.
The kiss the ground thing, I saw that. I was a bit like,
Kiss the
Yeah,
ground.
totally.
a bit much like,
Totally.
isn't it?
Oh, it's the same as applauding when you land. Do you know what I mean? What's that
By the
all
way,
about,
is
like? Hey, we're home. Well, come on, man.
bookmark the term gastronaut. I quite like that.
Gastronaut.
Yeah, I don't know where it came from.
I don't know what's the thing, wasn't it?
Gastronaut.
Yeah,
Cooking in space.
yeah.
That's a new show.
Yeah.
Oh, Bezos. Oh, get on
Out
it.
and
Cooking in
about the
space.
galaxy far away.
Out and about. Well,
I can already see the ending. Do you know, they've got the text coming down in a line.
Chris,
Well, actually, hold on. Well, I had Kate.
he passes a cup. Just floats past you. Right?
No, what we could do? Well, I had Katie on from Block and Bottle,
Right.
right? The butchers over in Heaton. My favourite clip on the podcast that
Oh,
I've done
mate.
so far.
Dan Maths.
Dan Maths. Dan trying to work out what travel, like space time was.
Oh.
Then we ended
Oh,
up
get
talking
lost
about
in
what
that,
it would be
like-
like to eat charcuterie in space.
No,
There it is.
no,
Out
no,
and
no,
about.
no.
Go to
hang
space
on.
with Katy Perry and take a pack of charcuterie.
You're losing the whole point of the conversation here. What kind of food could you take in space? And I said, well, charcuterie, because it packs thin.
No,
do you know what I mean?
I
You
would
can put
float
loads in
everywhere.
your backpack.
You've got
couldn't
too
you?
many, you'd be like that. Do you know what I mean? It'd be too many little blocks of cheese.
No,
Yeah.
but you
Flying
just,
all
if you
over.
just
Homer
like
Simpson
the
thing.
slices of meat. 'cause-
What about just like a big ham on a Berico? Do you know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
See,
just
that's it.
yeah.
I
Do you know what I
like
mean?
that.
Because that's going to last you a while.
Tell you
You
what,
know where you're
Gordon
at.
You know what? You know
I'd
what?
just
Coin over your
cost you
back.
£3,000 at a farmer's market.
Gordon would look great in a spacesuit, wouldn't he?
Would look
It's
great
the
in a space
charcuterie
suit,
table.
You know what? You can turn them over and put like kebabs on each leg. Kebab meat legs. That's what. And it looks like he's got like leg warmers on. Kebab meat legs. So that's I heard you say that, Mateo, right? And I just imagine like a kebab spit on a spaceship guy going around and you just like shave a bit
Gastronaut?
off.
Now that's a good street food pop up.
Gastronaut.
Just I wonder if the kids who are on
Silver
ChatGPT
string.
can think of this. I wonder if they've got this level of imagination.
Silver air string. At night, you have to do something.
For
at
all
night
of a
with
sudden, the
with lights,
podcast
isn't
is
it?
turning like the Mighty Bush.
I don't
Could
know,
do
but
like
it's-
a,
This is the level of
so
imagination you get when you don't use ChatGPT for everything. By
It
the way.
is, mate. Right? You
It
just
is.
go off the rails,
It is.
right? I'm thinking
Dan
now.
Maths.
Dan Maths.
how long's a long time in space?
How long's a long time in space?
was the
Yeah,
question.
how long's a long time in space? 6 months? 8 months? Yeah, I don't know. How long's a long time in space?
What maths were you basing that on?
I don't know. I was just thinking about it. Cause you kinda,
How long's a long
the
time
thing
in
is,
space?
because they got lost in space. They kind of went up and no one rescued them because the government didn't want to do it because of the politics and the change, the handling of the guard.
Didn't, or your quote was, didn't Elon Musk
save those astronauts?
astronauts?
So what he did, do you know what I mean? Because he sent the spaceship, but they can't get them. So, but yeah.
What, like the 527 bus? Just like, want to send that up there.
He just went up in a Tesla. Yeah. yeah.
Flying away.
You know the end of Greece when they're flying there. And the Cadillac at the end.
Then one day, chitty chitty bang bang.
Yes.
Flying out.
Or the end of Greece. Yeah.
It's a Tesla.
Yeah.
Do you want a Tesla? Oh,
Sorry, what?
Sorry. Should we go, man?
Yes,
No,
please do.
Right. I messed this up yesterday. I was reading the questions.
Just
I'm
let the
gonna hand
lads
it
see
to you.
how you spelled
Right.
Savoy.
Savoy. I've amended it.
I can't say
you had to
nothing
amend
about
it like a-
spelling like.
You had to amend it like a serial killer.
Top 3.
Carve it out. Burn it out. Burn it out with a fag end. You know what I mean? And then kind of
What
blowtorch it back in or something.
Best question.
am I doing with the menu? Out of curiosity.
We've actually simplified that.
Hey,
Might
Lottie,
sound very
that
offended.
changed the menu work, didn't it?
Yeah, the whole system. We'll just break it down. We won't have categories. We'll just
Let's
give a
simplify
menu
it so people
and
understand.
They
That's
can
the
pick
simplified
something
version.
from there. Yeah, that's a simplified version. Pick anything from there.
Anything, but it says top 3.
I
Do
think
pick
we
the
need
top
some
3 or
marketing
do I-
Oh, you can
specialists.
go top 3, like, yeah.
But if I pick top 3, do I pick them? 3
No,
of them.
if you
No,
say
top
top
three is
three, top 3 is a
Actually, the
question.
best way. I'm going to take over this
Fuck that
section
up,
now.
I'm not sure, mate.
Think of them all as prompts,
Yeah.
Right.
right?
So
If a
menu.
prompt
I
interests
love,
you,
I love this.
right?
I love it. This is
Pick the
never going to
prompt.
go right, and I'm going to
pick
love
the
it every
prompt,
time.
and we'll prompt you back as to what it is.
Right,
This
okay.
is perfect. Lottie, this is perfect. isn't it? We can never get this right.
Guilty pleasure.
Guilty
Oh,
pleasure.
I'm so pleased you went straight in for that.
No, guilty pleasure. Because it's a really, I think it's a tough one, like the guilty pleasure.
This bombed at the Coleman's thing when I asked that question because I
completely.
think that woman thought I was being rude. But I said, "Do you have any guilty pleasures with food?" And she was like,
Yeah. Well,
"Can't do that in public."
With free.
you got How we in bed when she started going into a proper story, like that was not food related. You'd be like, "Oh well." So you're wrong.
I'll
So,
put your answer on Patreon later on.
Can I change my prompt?
You can't. Guilty pleasures, that kind of that combination of something. You say like, you know, he makes
like
a cheese
things that
board
you
in
know
the
you're
fridge or
doing,
something.
that
you're
you'd
not
be
a bit
embarrassed
wrong,
about
you know.
if other people's
You
eyes were
say,
on.
I've got a belter one, but I'm not embarrassed about it.
Yeah,
Oh,
like you'd
great.
So-
See, straight in.
you put chocolate on ham or something, you know, like,
No,
stuff like that.
no. This is a bit of knowledge for everyone.
Oh, I would-
If you like a cup of tea and you like chocolate,
Oh,
Easter
you
egg,
put me onto this, to be
Easter
fair.
egg and a cup of tea. You get an Easter egg, dip it in, slurp it up.
Oh,
Best thing in the world.
Unbelievable.
Best thing in the
He
world.
put me onto this. I was like, mate, I'm not messing with me.
Put it on everyone.
I get
done
that.
it.
There's a bit of jeopardy because you're waiting for it to melt at the same time.
You've got a
You've got to be
timing,
quick as well.
timing.
timing aspect to it. It's
yeah,
an
I like
It's
important.
ruined a few
Jeopardy.
t-shirts.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh fuck! You have one of those bibs that thinks everything.
drinking after.
That's troubled you.
No, I'm just like, yeah, because you're picking her up. I'm just saying to dissolve, you know, like that bloke on.
That's
You've
the
got
jeopardy.
yeah, Raiders of the
right.
Lost
This-
Ark when
There's
he
a skill set.
And they also, I guess, you can also pick the optimum bit of the Easter egg.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah,
the base
the
bit when you
bit-
get a
aye,
thick
that's-
bit at the end.
aye, that's it.
I'm going to call that the chocolate cradle.
Aye.
Right? Because that's the bit that you look forward to.
I was thinking
The chocolate-
We'll do that in space.
cradle. You know?
Do that in space, yeah.
Bit too close. That chocolate cradle and guilty pleasure. I've got something else going on in my head. Mate.
In Aunt Summer's section.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, cradle. Oh, there's a swing involved here. What's going on?
If he's
Holy
done guilty
moly.
pleasure, I'll do first pint.
Okay. Have you
What
got
if-
guilty
aye.
pleasure as well, though?
But that was a good one. Like, but it's that kind of thing.
Yeah,
it's
I
like
like that.
what's unusual. It's
Mine
like,
recently,
Can't read
it's
it
not a
like-
pleasure. It's more of a habit. It's that if I can't be bothered to get a spoon out the drawer, I'll fish a tea bag out of it with my 2 fingers and squeeze it in my hand like that, and then throw the tea bag.
I do that. I do that often. though. I
like a high tannin cup
Yeah,
of tea.
high tannin.
That's orange.
But I'm not doing like kind of.
That's
You know,
Like you're crushing the
I'm
world.
not doing the hot hands challenge. Do you know what I mean? I'm not doing that. But I'll squeeze
Oh, no,
it.
it is a bit of a hot hand challenge.
it's just
You've
like-
got to think,
well, you've
how
got
much tannins do you want to get
do you
out
know
of the tea bag?
when you're done twisting it, you just
I'm like, yeah, like,
throw it in the bin
throw
after.
it in the bin like that. Like, I've disposed of that tea bag.
Very fine.
The tea bag. Arsehole.
Calling inanimate objects. Have you ever sworn at an inanimate object?
Aye.
It's usually if I do
In
a
bed
heel,
frame if I've
if I
kicked
do
it.
a,
Arseholes.
if I do a heel slide on a bit of onion on the floor.
Yeah,
Do you know what I mean by heel slide?
I do. Right? Yeah.
No,
And then you
I'll
nearly
get
like-
arsehole.
Yeah, because you're that
Straight
far
in the
away from
bin.
popping your neck. Yeah, prick.
aye, pricked.
Have you ever called an onion a prick?
Onion. Yes.
That's Katy Perry. What we're going for here? Well, which one we've done? We've done.
So-
we've
done guilty
flipped
pleasure.
this over, haven't we?
You want to go for first pint, didn't you?
go
First pint.
pint.
What
You
did
go
you
for
first?
first
Right.
pint.
So first pint, first drink, same thing.
Right, so bit of a it's kind of funny actually. So I've got a pub next to mine, the old chip. Bless me, Charlie. I don't know if he. I think he's passed now. So I went in with my dad on my 15th birthday, and he was like, "Just tell Charlie at 18." So I was like, "Right." So it was like, "Oh, it's my 18th birthday today, Charlie." So I'll get you a pint. Got us a pint. So that was my first pint. pint of corn or whatever. So then I went in 3 years later, and he went, what you celebrating? I went, my 18th birthday. He went, I've been drinking 3 years, man. I went, 21st, Charlie, 21st.
Backtrack.
That was a skill like when you were younger, wasn't it? Like you had to you memorise your date of birth. You go to a nightclub or something like that.
Aye.
Yeah, but it can't be. Yeah, but you can't have just turned 18.
Oh,
you
no,
have to be about 6, 8 months in.
I don't know why I ever got it
Yeah.
anywhere.
It can't be like the day.
Louis ID.
Louis ID.
That's my birthday.
Just a minute ago.
Oh, you're in
I
last
was
week.
born a minute ago, 18 years ago.
I pint of,
Just a pint of Carlin. Was that the first one?
No,
like
the first
in a pub or was it
first
not
pint. Well, we used to
Got me
drink on
down on
Clean
the
Hills
swings or
when we
something.
were quite young.
I want to know that one.
Oh, man, this is the story, man. This is where we're going.
So
Come on.
Basically, I'll tell you what I used to do.
drinks cupboard, didn't we?
Well, so when we were younger, I must have only been about 13, 14 at this time, you know.
Of course.
Really bad.
Well, that's
Standard.
So
that man.
there was 2 ways I could acquire drink. Right? There's 2 ways.
We used to be on a mission.
I used to go to the restaurant, go and see my granddad and say, I need to use the computer upstairs. Which is where
Love it already.
conveniently
the plan. I love it.
conveniently that's where the wine cellar was. So I used to go in there, load up on bottles of whatever I could quickly grab, and like I'd have this backpack that was just sagging down as I'd walk out the restaurant.
Clanking.
Literally clanking.
Really?
And I'd supply everyone with drink. So that was like one way that
Aye, that
I
was
When you
good.
say supply, were you just providing
just to go to
free,
the pub.
or were you like,
Oh no, it wasn't. I wasn't dealing drink at that point. That was later when I got into that.
did you?
When we used to drink, I used to be able to get three crates of Budweiser for £21 in Asda. So I used to get my brother to go in, and I used to sell them for £3 a bottle at the beach. But we used to go down. Mate, I used to make a fucking killer, man. Honestly, it was class. All the like when the school used to go out. It was
Come up with about 2 pence.
so I got hammered for free, and I came out with money.
Oh, man. Oh, wait.
Fancy nothing over Costco.
I think we all used to do that, though, because it was the one who used to look the oldest. As you're quite young looking, Matteo.
Yeah.
Was it always hard for you, or what, to kind of go in the shop? Was it somebody else? Did you always have a designated mate who went in?
I don't even know.
Was he a Matty or not?
I used to try me luck a canny bit. Like,
Because of the height.
I used to have my cousin's ID. I used to use that, which I used to get away with.
So another
Surprisingly.
way to get a drink.
Do you look alike?
Theo's granddad had it.
I did a little bit.
Yeah.
You did a bit. You did.
Back in the day. Are you
Theo-
talking about the drink shed?
Theo's granddad had a cupboard with loads of really expensive spirits in, rum.
Grappa, it had like
Don't
nice
talk to me about
bottles.
grabber.
So we used to get like an Evian bottle, empty it, and then just like make a concoction of everything we could find, but then like refill the bottles with water.
Oh, right. Okay. You had to get away with that twice, though, can't you?
Ended up having the key and everything.
I was
didn't
talking
they?
about this with my lass
Were
2
you?
nights ago.
Did they not? You had a key.
So
they had the
basically,
key
what
as well,
happened was
didn't
there was a drinks
Got locked
cabinet, and it was just filled with brandy, grappa, Campari, everything. And we used to go to these parties. I used to make a shit mix, which I'll show you a photo. I'll show you a photo of what a shit mix does to Matty. I've got a photo of some girl holding the bucket, and he's like, and I'm like,
House party with a buttoned-up shirt on like that.
I've got my title for art house film. What the shit mixed is to Matty.
It's a chapter in the book, isn't it?
In space.
It's definitely.
so basically that went on for a couple of years, and
Mixed challenge.
it came to a point. So we used to have it's like an old key, wasn't it, for this drinks
Like, do you know,
cabinet?
like the wooden cabinets with the proper
Like,
long,
it was like a proper drinks cabinet. You'd pull it out and you'd make your brandy and gin.
an enchantment cupboard.
Got a slight creak on the door.
So one day, my nana,
Cheltenham.
she'd lost the key for it, and it had all this drink in. She was flapping. It's like, I've lost the key for this cabinet. I kind of get in. It's got like loads of drink in. Like, what we're gonna do, type of thing. I was like, oh no, just go and get mine. She's like, you got this correct key? I was like, I've had one for the past 3 years. I went to Timson's when I was 13 and got the key cut.
Proper forward plan is that?
I was strategical, like.
Kid, what's his fancy key for?
You were
The
fine
drinks
drinking.
cabinet.
That's what you were taking wine and stuff on in the Clean Hills, were you? What were you taking?
Where it was an Evian bottle mixed with everything in there.
Everything.
But then sometimes I'd take the odd like full bottle of vodka.
Yeah.
I was a little bastard when I was a kid.
That's what we all used to do. That,
Yeah,
do you know what I mean?
but I think that's good. I
Yeah.
think that's part of being a kid.
Of course it is.
It's missing.
character
It's
building.
missing in that
Yeah,
in like the
character
generation
building.
now.
Yeah,
It's
totally.
doing it right. You gotta do it, and you gotta get away with it, because if you get found out, then that's it. You're done. Do you know what I
I've got
mean?
a good story
But it's
about being
getting
found
away
out.
with it, but then you're
please
hiding
tell
it.
us
But
it.
then, do you know what I mean?
Finish
Yeah.
and go
If
to
you
that.
did that,
Yeah.
it's like going in the house drunk, right? When you're like 14, 15, getting up them stairs, trying to be sober and trying to kind of have a conversation.
Yeah.
You kind of go directly up. You've got to say something, but what is that?
You used to plan
And
your
how do you
sentence. We've talked about this before.
Well, I have talked about this
I used to
before.
walk in and plan a sentence. I'd always make a sandwich.
Plan a sentence.
And I'd
Plan a sentence,
But
yeah.
because you had to get the vowels or the consonants right.
I used to have a fake
trip
yawn.
over a certain
Yeah.
word.
Fake
A fake yawn. Oh, I knackered me, go to bed. Like every
You had
time.
to do
time I
all the
straight
layers.
on that
What
line,
if you slur your words? If you slur your words whilst yawning,
Yeah,
you've
it's
got
fine.
cover.
Then
Oh, it's tired.
open,
You know what I mean? Oh, just you sound a bit drunk.
I
Oh,
open the
it's
door
tired.
and go, oh, no food, like. Good night.
That's what I mean. Short sentences. He had a good night.
Yeah.
Been great. See you later. Short.
You've got to make it so you don't look like you're covering.
Because
Do you know
for
what I
me,
mean?
it
'Cause
was
if you
all
say too
like,
much, you're
someone
going
like, I've
to.
been
Well, it
with
doesn't say
Stephen.
that much. Do you know what I mean?
Who have you been with? I've been with Stephen. I'd go, I've been with Stephen. So I had to go, oh, I've just been with Dave.
Yeah.
Because I could say
You change
Dave.
the name.
Right.
Yeah.
Who's Dave?
You've got to-
I'm going to bed, I'm tired.
What's the top drunk?
I'll tell you who
excuse
Dave
name?
was tomorrow.
I'll be honest. I didn't get away with it very often.
Did
Like,
you not?
Yeah, I didn't.
You get caught.
I'm not very good on the drink. Like, have 3 pints and I'm being sick everywhere.
Oh, yeah.
Aye,
Me and
really
Dom, when
bad.
we were, so we used to always have the New Year's Eve party in the restaurant, and
Yeah.
Dom, all I'm talking about, yeah. He
I think
used
I
to,
might have heard about these parties before, by the way.
Where's
yeah,
Dom?
have you? So we were 12, 13 at the time, and would go missing after we'd had the meal, and it would just turn a bit crazy, wouldn't it? On
New Year's Eve. Aye.
And
It still does.
we'd disappear upstairs into the drinks cabinet and drink our way through it. So we'd come down, 13-year-old, absolutely bladdered, like ridiculously bladdered. And then I've got all the staff trying to feed us water, but they're telling us it's vodka. I'm like trying to drink this vodka just to try and sober us up. But that's how me and Dom really grew up. I think it was just a
What
norm.
was your getting caught story then?
Our getting caught story wasn't to do with alcohol, but it was to do with when I was in school and I sold some laser pens. So this is a funny story. This.
Starting to see the entrepreneurial streak there, guys.
Budweiser, laser pens.
So-
There's your new nickname. Budweiser and laser pens. There's a clip.
Bud laser.
That's the title of the pod, isn't it? Budweiser
Light,
laser
yeah.
pens.
But like, yeah.
So one of the reps came into the restaurant and offered these pens for when people are taking checks. And it was a fancy pen. It had Bistro Romano on the side, and it was a laser pointer. So it must have cost me grand 50 pence to get these pens. I thought, champion, I'll be able to sell them in school. So everyone wanted a laser pen at this point. I don't know why, but it's just a phase.
Shining the eyeball. That's what it
So
is.
15 quid a pop I sold them for.
Really?
And it was on a build up to Christmas. And this one kid sold it to his dad. No, bought one for his dad for Christmas. And he paid us like 50 quid for this laser pen. And shocking. Absolutely shocking.
Where'd you get that from, son?
Imagine opening your box on Christmas Day and you get a signed Bistro Romano laser pen. So
If I was the kid, I'd be like, Dad, they did it bespoke for you.
I
There's only one.
but there is.
Well, actually got his name on then.
So anyway, I didn't really think anything of it. And must have been about a month later. I was in a lesson and the headmaster comes upstairs. He's like, Matteo, I want a word with you. It's like, oh, what have I done here? So I get pulled into his office, sit down. Have you been selling laser pens in school? No, I wouldn't sell laser pens, sir. He's like, because they've been getting shone in the teacher's eyes. I would not sell laser pens in this school. Hand on my heart. Why does it say Bistro Romano on the side of it then? Fuck.
No, it's not.
You could have took that to the next level. You could have went, do they? I need to report that to somebody because God used our name.
I'm being framed.
Scam.
No comment. Get me a lawyer.
You should have went 2 for a tenner for you, sir.
It's shocking, isn't it? Because you become, I mean, like, I told
do you want one
stories
like?
in the past about like becoming a creative liar.
Aye.
I mean, like, when I told that story about that percolator and that.
You've come up with some
I hate
zingers.
to
Like.
say this because I've got kids, but it's such a skill. when you can layer
Aye.
those lines
I try and-
backwards. I was shocking.
I try and do it now. I did one at the weekend, but I
did one at the weekend.
I had a crack at it at the weekend.
I try to.
You've got to stretch that muscle.
It is. You've got to go for it. You've got to believe it yourself when you're seeing it. Do you know what I mean? To really kind of get it over the line. It's something daft, like what? Oh, I forget what it was anyway. It was the name. Whereas this name comes from something else. Anyway, I
Oh,
forgot.
yeah.
It's
Also,
like-
it was like a wind-up. It wasn't like
No,
an
it was a
actual
wind
real,
up.
like, proper lie.
Do you know Maltesers are named after something like that?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? But I was really serious
I
about
do
it
that all the
because I've
time
got the
with kids.
kids and they can get them in on it, you know. And then my wife's like, it just straight away, anything I say, she calls it bullshit.
One of our friends, when we were growing up, I would go out and must have been about 17, 18 at the time, go and try and talk to some girls. What he would say is that his granddad
I invented the bourbon
invented
biscuit.
the bourbon biscuit. That was his line.
I mean, what a brilliant lie that is.
No, it wasn't like did you just look and go? No, you didn't.
Oh man,
Some of them bought it though. It's
Some of
quite
them
it's
bought
quite
it.
good crack.
I did tell, right, I don't think I've ever told this story.
granddad invented the laser pointer pen.
No, me,
his name on it.
me and my partner went away like for our 40th, right? And we went and stayed in this little tree house in Scotland, right? And we're sitting, and there was like it was in the middle of nowhere, and there was like a hot tub and all that, and it was a lovely place, right?
Was it
We had
up
a couple
high
of
tree
It
house?
was it was like,
again,
no, like no,
up in
you
the-
didn't have
I
to
was
go
gonna
ladders,
say,
but it was like
I was thinking,
it was called a
didn't
tree house, but
yeah,
it
it
was
was
like
Smurf
it
or
was just a
something.
lovely
Yeah.
like pad,
Yeah.
right? And anyway, we'd had a couple of drinks. We'd done a little hike and that. We'd come back. We went in the hot tub, a couple of drinks. We had cheese and all this. And we're sitting there, listening to music, playing cards or something. And she goes, who was it playing? Was it like The Cure? I think The Cure were playing on Spotify or something like that. And there was a bit where like there's like a clapping rhythm, right?
Yeah, Friday I'm in love.
Yeah, and I'm sitting talking, right? And I go, and I get the rhythm straight away, like completely aligned to the track. And she went, that was really good. I went, oh, no. Well, because I used to be in a clapping band. And she went, what? And I went, no, I've not told you before. I went, I used to sing in clubs and stuff. And she went, oh, yeah, I remember that. Well, there was there was a band called the Jerovian Clappers because I was leading at the Jarrow. And she went,
I've got the clap, like.
Right, I went, oh yeah, I did it for about 3. I went, it was like a school thing. I said, I hated it at first, but I got really, really good at it. And I went, like, hence I did it again. She went, that was spot on. I went, I did it for about 3 years. She went, the Jerovian Clappers. I went, yeah, Google it. And I took it for about an hour.
Oh, brilliant.
Right.
See?
And then, honestly, I thought I was going to have a heart attack. Once you realise that I was completely bullshitting, she went, that makes me really uneasy how well you can lie and tell a story like that and not
so
go and
good.
not
That's
own
the
up to it.
best thing ever. You took it for an hour. I love that.
I'm
It's kind
crap,
of, yeah.
like. I'm so bad. Me and Louis used to do like the grill bar together down, like Minchella's my cousin, and we're out. I'd been on a night out. It must have been about like 6 a.m. We're both like hammered, and I was like, in my head it's still Saturday, so I'm like, Louis, like you're at work in half an hour now. Do you not want to get sorted? You sat there on the set, you're just absolutely mortal drunk. I'm like, you're at work in half an hour. Do you know, like, you check the what? He was like, I'm not at work, mate. You are. And I was like, oh God. So I had to go from the party to Minchella's. I pulled the so I had made my dad bring me clothes down to the cafe. And I said, and I looked at him, he went, fuck me. Just get on the window and don't say a word to anyone all day. I was just like that all day. This is terrible.
Oh, no.
There's been a few bad ones in there.
You have no temptation to just like sack the shift off and see what's stuck in the back of like a.
Do you know what it is?
lorry or something. See, I would have. I'd be like,
I've never not turned up for work. Never
respect that.
never pulled a sick. Yeah, just get on with it. Especially when I was in hospitality. I feel like you've got devil eyes looking about me, said, saying you definitely have. Like,
you just go.
but when I was in the kitchens and restaurants and stuff, when I was in the kitchens and Minchella's, I would always turn up like
You've got to.
against me will.
Solid that.
I think I've always turned up like.
Different now.
I
I've
just feel
no.
bad, isn't he? He's kind of one of them. He does his told now. The jobs.
I'm no comment. Speak to your lawyer.
Speak to me, lawyer.
I just want to know like, the bullshit that would come out of your mouth.
Oh man,
Like,
honestly, you don't.
oh yeah,
I've
you're probably
constructed all kinds. I'm like
you know, you're late.
Walter Mitty.
You'd be like, you'd be in like, you know, service station bathroom, flicking water on your face, looking stressed, like doing like, jumping jacks and going. You never guess what's happened. You'd probably start with that.
Oh,
Wouldn't
I've wet my trousers before and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
you got to add on.
All kinds.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's got to be practical, hasn't it?
yeah.
Aye.
I think I've
Limp.
Yeah, I think I've probably
shooting yourself in the
I
leg
think I've
and
probably
then-
I've buried shirts in soil and all kinds of stuff. Probably like, you know, like for authenticity of the lie. Oh, look at that! Oh, you can't be lying.
Aye.
You know, just one
Look,
that
I come. I'm going to whisper this so nobody hears it on the podcast properly. I come from a family where my dad once, I think, broke his own arm. Right.
Or to get out or something.
Right. So we'll leave it at that. Right. So that's my my commitment.
Oh, now
Levels.
I need to know all this.
I mean, I wouldn't
What was
pop an
it
eye
for?
out and out like that. You know what I mean? But like, I wouldn't do anything irreversible.
Wasn't to get out of Christmas dinner, was it?
just a daft finger or something.
Like, I mean, like, you know, you got
finger
you
or
got five
toe,
in each
just
hand. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
that's something you can lose.
That's
Yeah,
just
you-
it.
oh,
I
yeah.
mean, little toe. What's the point in that? You know what I mean? Barely gets a toenail on it.
Yeah, you'd ask, ask Matty. Do you know what I mean? You go-
I'd give you one of mine, but they're all knackered.
You've got
Gone full circle.
you've got,
Oh,
the
well,
worst,
how
you've got the worst feet in the game.
I think they're all right now. They're
the worst feet in the game.
They're as pretty as what they've ever been at the minute.
as pretty as they've ever been.
Pretty
My
toes.
feet are as pretty
Right,
as
come
they've
on.
ever been.
All right.
You can't see them at the minute. Like I mean,
That's brilliant.
Right, lads.
Sure, you're right.
I'm going to ask you
Oh,
because
don't ask a question yet. Can we raise the? Are we allowed to talk about the accidental shampoo name we came up with on the night of the Coleman's show?
I can't because
You've got to try and say it
because
properly.
I mentioned your names. I was like,
You said it really quickly together, and I went.
because we were just in mid floor talking about that, and you know Richard Chip's got nicknames stuff like that.
It was
and I was
before
like,
we went on stage.
It is before we went on
Customs
stage.
house, and I nearly buckled because I was laughing that much.
yeah, I was like, oh, it's Matty and Matteo. It's like, they're going to be here, you know. I was like, oh, it's Matteo.
Matteo.
Matteo, like,
Cracking name for a.
it's just like, you know,
cracking name
like
for a shampoo.
it's a shampoo. So I was like, oh, Matteo. It's a great name. It's like combined because we're always
Did
together.
work a couple of times.
Yeah.
You won't mention it more on
Mention it
stage.
on stage, Matteo. I was like, no. And then I saw like, because you were right in front of us. I'm like, oh, he looked like I was going to call him out. I mentioned it once. I was like, he looks petrified. I'm not going to fucking know.
do you know what it is?
I'm not going to say no.
I
He
thought
could
you were
kill
going to
us
say
tomorrow.
something. I was buckling myself laughing because I was sat next to Strashman and I was saying the whole thing. I was going, Dom just doesn't know if he's a Sharon or a Darren, like does he? The full time. So I was like trying to hold me laugh through when they were speaking. I was about to burst out laughing. Like,
Oh, it's mad, man. Because I was sitting there, I was getting paranoid. Looking at paper going,
How was it when you shot the documentary?
oh,
Going
What,
to
the
Barga,
trip?
going to
oh,
Barga,
great.
Oh,
being
mate,
with
yeah,
them.
fantastic.
we should have done a behind the scenes because that was
Really?
that was
Good
funny
crack
in
at it.
itself.
Oh, it was brilliant.
Aye.
It was good. I mean,
Absolutely brilliant.
because
There's
you
definitely
mentioned
more to do because
Yeah.
you know, like we got invited to show the film in Barga, but I don't know what the plan is to do that. We haven't like worked it out.
oh, there's
It's-
loads of things happening in there, so especially with them. But the
If you talk about memory lane
Mm-hmm.
as a topic, for me, probably one of them's being in Lake Garda.
Oh,
So every year for as long as I remember, I think I was 10 months old when I first went to Lake Garda.
yeah.
Would go sometimes twice a year with Richard and my granddad, my nana, my
Oh,
family,
Mm-hmm.
and like it was just absolute carnage.
Don't you have a holiday? Don't you still go away together every
Yeah,
year
yeah.
or something?
Yeah, me
like
and- me
massive
and-
friends.
It's
I haven't had the royal invite yet. Like,
Have you not?
Yeah, no,
well, actually, I did one year and I didn't have a passport, did I?
no,
you went to Vegas though this year, didn't you?
I got told off of Richard actually.
Did you?
Because we're in the not little Richard. It was just a laugh. We're in the steak.
Little Richard.
Little chip.
Well, it's little and
I
little
don't
Richard.
French fry.
When sat around this table in like a steak restaurant. But Richard was asking all about the restaurant. Yeah, we've been here for like nearly 100 years. I was like, "Are you going to go to Barga for a documentary?" And I don't think you got the humour in it. Like,
You like the French fry reference?
Yeah,
That's what
that
we
had
call,
his book on
French
French
little
fry.
Richard.
Little
Well,
he's
little
he's so nice. Got French fry. Yeah.
What's big is Big Richard Wedge? Is he?
Oh no,
you got
it was
Richie
Wedge.
Chips,
Just
Lord Chips,
Lord
Li-
Chips
French
because he's got the
fry.
frame.
that makes sense. That makes
Yeah,
sense.
Lord Chips, Richie Chips, and French fry.
Aye.
So yeah, it's like a comic book, isn't it?
Put it on that template that you were working on.
Yeah.
I'm actually serious now. In the same way that I'm still thinking about the Jerovian clappers being a thing in the future.
Jerovian clock. That's great. Jerovian clappers. I always forget my stories are kind of spinning a yarn. It's brilliant though. When people lock in and believe it, Really? Aye.
The Jerovian clappers sounds like a new
It does, aye.
super strength STI.
I was going to say, it also sounds like a late night venue, doesn't it?
It sounds
I've got the clap or the Jerovian
After
clap.
midnight, I'm hopping down the Jerovian clappers.
I've got the Jerovian clap.
you sound like
You're joking.
Oh, not again.
What?
not again.
Not again.
Oh.
Get rid of it. You just keep clapping.
Gotta go like the clappers.
I wasn't right. Try again.
The quartet. Right. I just because we're on the chip question, I'm intrigued because you're very much a fish and chip fans of the Commons. Curry versus gravy.
Curry all day.
Curry.
Really?
All day.
You
Not
both
even
curry?
sweating.
You two straight into that, because that's me.
Bear
Not even
came
a
out
Do you know
well
what it is
there,
though? I like tomato ketchup with my fish and chips.
I do as well.
Really plain.
Do you know what?
But mate, I'm the
Oh,
king. I like
okay.
all the condiments.
Do you know what I will
I
say?
do, I do.
He's the king of condiments.
I'll
and
never
that bothers us
pour.
too.
I'll never pour. I'll always dip.
Aye.
Yeah.
I sometimes I just want salt and vinegar. Do you know what I mean? But I like
Yeah.
having it on the side for a little.
Aye.
I
I
have
did
little pockets around the box. I'll pour a bit of curry over there. Have some tomato sauce over here. Bit of ketchup near the corner, because that's acidic.
Yeah.
Right?
Pockets around the box is a good. It's a good book title. Do you know what I mean? Pockets around the box by the Jerovian clappers.
Yes.
But yeah, for me, it was like he brought fish and chips to like another level when I went to Coleman's Seafood Temple. And I've never really done the dip. Do you know what I mean? I've always just poured the thing on, but I like it. A bit of
I like it
control
too.
to the plate instead of like ruining the whole
Yeah,
thing.
exactly.
And then go, oh shite,
You've
there's
got
too
to keep
much
the
over there.
integrity of the chip, like.
But I kind of agree. I would go ketchup with gravy, but I wouldn't go ketchup with curry. I don't think it kind of works.
Oh
at
no,
all.
I would just because it's separate though. You just have a little dip on the side.
But if you
Ketchup
do
with
that,
gravy.
then that, I suppose. If you're dipping, but not in the same.
An artist can't make a new colour if he keeps the colours apart. You know what I mean?
They're like bloody what's it got? Who is it that just sprays all the colours everywhere? That's him.
I think
Oh man, who is it?
know something new.
Oh man. Oh, what's the artist's name?
Jackson Pollock.
Jackson Pollock. I was just thinking. I'm not the
Funny
Stone
that would have
Roses
been
album
fish,
cover.
funny
Anyway.
that would have been fish related, isn't it?
You are
Jackson's Pollock.
Jackson Pollock yeah, with your food. Just
Sure, that's who he gets it off at Hendon Fish Cake.
Mr. Pollock.
last one, gents. We'll go individually. What's your Greg's order, Matty?
Let Matteo go first, because I've got a bit of a story behind this.
Ooh.
Really?
What's your Greg's order, Matty?
I'm plain and simple. I just like a bacon sandwich. Like
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it'd do the best bacon sandwich.
Okay. Is
Like
that what? Why
soft
is that?
bread,
Yes.
crispy bacon.
Yeah.
Always ask for a crispy tomato sauce.
You can
Can I
get
get it?
extra bacon for 70p.
Can you?
Per rasher?
No.
I think the
That's
ratio
the
isn't
hack.
kind of good to be
Because
fair.
sometimes you'll get a couple of rashers. And sometimes the bun can be a little bit overwhelming at the ratio
Yeah.
of meat.
You've got to get the right
But
ratio.
if you pay 70p, they'll put about 5 other rashers
Yeah.
on
Do they?
top.
Do they?
Yeah.
But I kind of like that. It's like a greasy spoon bacon sarnie, and they just put a lump. They
No
don't
messing.
count it. They just go bang, and it's filling, and
Bang
you've
on.
got layers of bacon,
But
and
the
it's that
bread-
roll in it.
10 out of 10.
It's
Yeah,
all about
bread's
the white
good,
bun or the white roll. Ketchup on. Aye.
I much
Happy
prefer that
days.
over the pasties.
Yeah.
Got to say.
Yeah.
But if I
Like,
was going to go
get it.
pasty,
Where you going?
I'd just toss up between a sausage, bean, and cheese melt, which might be controversial, or a steak bake.
Okay. I think
Yeah.
we got a new one yesterday. Steak bake.
Nibble the top off.
Nibble the top off. And what did he put in?
Mozzarella bites.
Mozzarella bite inside. He put it inside.
He's a visionary.
Madman.
Well, you know, it's
He's
like
playing with the colours on the palette.
restaurant pint. He's kind of he's
an artist,
reinventing. He is a complete artist. So yeah.
Right. So, do you know on Spotify when you get it'll loop back round. It'll loop back round. It's still about Greg. So on
Right, okay.
Spotify when it comes to the end of the year and you get your you've listened to this artist the most, and it gives you like all your percentages. Anyway, so Monzo used to do that. So I used to work in a car garage in Shotton Colliery, and the only thing in Shotton Colliery that was half decent was Greg's. Right, for food was either that or the co-op. So I wasn't used to having like adult money because I was only like 18, 19. So I was like,
Adult money.
do you know what I mean? Like I've never had
Monopoly money
I've
before.
I've never had that, but I'm like, fuck hell, 500 quid for me pound, get in, you know what I mean? So I'm like getting the coffees in for the lads. I'm eating Greg's every day. And I got me round up. I was in the top 0.1 spenders in Greg's. So to me order,
That's a claim to fame.
Did you
That.
get anything for that? You must get like a voucher or something.
Like a watch.
just
T-shirt.
pride.
Yeah, pride. A pat on the back from the lads in the garage.
Pride in the kick up. Pride in the kick up the arse to go to a PT or something.
Aye.
Give him a Friday afternoon off.
I used to get.
Well, you got pride and you got a regular heartbeat.
Probably part of the
I used to get a,
It's a double whammy.
I used to get a Mexican cheese sandwich, right? But then I used to ask them to heat it up. But now they say, "Do you want to heat it up?" So I might have started that off as well.
Love it.
Ooh, starting a trend.
Yeah.
It's like us and Bog with a boiled eggs.
So in that garage now, I'd love if part of the KPIs were like, must try and achieve top 0.1% of Greg's.
I kept it quiet. I was quite embarrassed about it, to be honest, at the time. I was like, "Fucking hell, I need to save some money
I'm a
here.
monster.
I'm an animal." And if I was feeling payday, I'm getting that, a steak bake, probably the chicken dippers and the pink jammy.
You realise there's probably like a marketing, there was probably like a small working group within Greg's that were about retaining your spend. To meet every Tuesday. What we're going to do, his order this week, it's gone down a bit.
Play his favourite song as he walks in.
I love it. I love a pink jammy, like
Aye.
a pink jammy if I'm going to go. Don't. But to be fair, I don't really eat Greg's an awful lot anymore, other than the bacon sandwich.
Do you know what's an underrated combination? A sausage roll with brown sauce.
Oh yeah, that's 10 out of 10.
Yes, I agree.
Yeah, unbelievable.
Love brown sauce.
I love brown sauce. Always
Aye,
up for it.
brown goes with
Always
sausage.
with an egg.
Yeah.
Normally.
Yeah.
Do you know I went the complete sidetrack? What's the restaurant called in Phoenix? I don't know if it's any Porterhouse.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
They've done
steak. Yeah.
They've done a restaurant on the restaurant week. The main Don went. It had it was steak, chips, and HB gravy.
Well, they still do something similar. So, you know, that's another Terry's place.
Is it?
So, if
He's
you,
got
go,
it right,
if
didn't
you
he?
go down to Broadchair, they do corned beef hash with a duck egg and brown sauce.
Yeah. I've had
It's
it.
like they
It's
do like
good.
work as lunch at the minute.
Yeah.
I mean, the corned beef,
I mean,
actually.
like-
Oh, it's
I'd
unbelievable.
go
Anything
for, I
corned
disagree
beef?
about brown sauce. I'd have with anything, mostly.
Anything.
I don't like,
Well, no, you're the
Frank's
condiment
hot sauce
king. You
with
have anything
everything.
with anything? Do you know
just
what I mean? I'm
love-
surprised you didn't put it on
I
ice
love the
cream.
flavour profile of brown sauce.
It's good.
Flavour profile.
What's your favourite hot
You know,
sauce?
I'd have a...
I'd put hot sauce on cornflakes.
yeah, I
Would you? You're both hot sauce fans, eh?
Everything.
Massive addiction.
Love spice.
Yeah.
We've got a Red Bull fridge in the office, and it's just hot sauce. Pretty much.
Is it? Different, but all different variations.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. The one that would probably have the most is Cholula.
Yeah.
Do you know the Mexican one?
Yeah.
I like Frank's. Frank's is
Frank's is a
probably
good staple.
Yeah.
So when you got 5
Got to say,
ingredients.
man, like from a local point of view, and I'm not just saying this to plug local, Screaming Chimps are fantastic.
Aye.
Oh yeah. They've got
It's
that in the
like-
butchers.
He's pineapple one and all.
Oh,
that.
yeah, yeah,
It's
yeah.
like really,
They sell
good
it
quality.
in
You know,
The Giorgio's.
the Giorgio's butchers.
you know
I
why
would
they
say.
stand out for me? Because you don't just get lost in the heat. Like you still get the pineapple and all that, and some
Yeah.
more.
Oh, he's a, yeah.
Pick up the flavors.
But I think with Chimp, though, he's a proper mad scientist. Do you know what I
Is he?
mean? Aye.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
I didn't even know it was local. To be fair, I
aye,
bought
yeah.
the
Nice,
Giorgio's
been on the
butchers.
podcast, aye. Nice.
The salt were basically said you want to try that because it's lush. I was like, yeah.
Yeah.
They do like a blueberry one or something as well.
He does like, I think
Just
it's
loads,
got one called a Howler, Screamer. He says he goes from mild to wild.
He's a proper character, like.
Is he?
But aye, for marketing, he's
Well,
fantastic.
it's
He's got a
brilliant.
little kind of like holster.
Got a whole stuff for his hot sauce.
Hot sauce holster. Aye, aye.
That's unreal.
It's a great one. But, so shout out to hot sauce.
Can I ask one last question?
Oh,
Yeah.
Is monkey's blood dying?
I'm out the game.
Deep
Quite
on it.
serious,
No,
went
it's
straight
not,
in there.
man. Monkey's
No, man.
blood-
Because it's a concern of ours.
Well, it's just turning into like raspberry because you can get
It's getting harder.
you get
It's getting
bubble
harder
gum,
to
you get all
extract.
sorts.
It's the problem.
Slippery little fella. Yeah.
So I think it changed loads with the sugar tax. It used to be like fucking tar, man. It was class. Honestly, like
proper glue
like,
was.
if you got it stuck on your finger, like your hand, it wasn't coming off for a while. Like
2 days. Like
it couldn't
tar.
have been good for
Yeah.
you, really.
Yeah.
It was like tar. Now it's just like more of a. I think like it's still sweet as out, but like not as sweet as what it used to be.
a syrup.
in terms of raspberry sauce.
Do you know the term raspberry sauce just because people didn't like the term monkey's blood?
Yes. Well, I don't know.
I don't know. I think
to
it's a
be fair,
generational thing, isn't it?
I think it's a generational thing, but if you go anywhere other than the northeast, you know, you can have monkey's blood. They're like, "What are you on about?" They don't have a clue what you mean.
Yeah.
So there's that aspect of it as well.
But it is that. But
We're
now
out
you
the
only
game
use.
too long, us though.
I just think
For
back
the
in the
ice
day
cream side.
there was one sauce. Do you want
Yeah.
monkey's blood on it? Was the option?
Yeah,
You
yeah.
do or
Yeah,
you
it
don't.
was.
Now it's like, which one do you want? Do
Yeah.
you want the unicorn, the rainbow, the
Yeah,
thing,
yeah,
the
yeah.
do? Do you know what I mean? It's
Yeah,
like
yeah.
a million and one. There's a
Agreed.
toffee, there's a this, there's a that.
I'm a
Because they
vanilla
do the
raspberry
kind
guy,
of.
like
Yeah.
Aye.
through
They
and
do the
through.
Sundays.
You should
so-
you should get Joe Minchella on because
Joe would be good, like.
he would be brilliant on here.
Oh, right. We've
He's like a
been to
mad
see Joe. We
scientist
did.
as well, to be
We've
fair.
done a project with him.
Joe.
I
Oh,
went to
Yeah.
film,
Yeah.
interview him in his restaurant. Like,
He's
the
knowledgeable
restaurant.
on
ice cream shop.
But that,
He's got the love for the game as well. Like
I think no matter the
he's
flavours, you
passionate,
can't beat like proper fresh vanilla when it's still like mixing thing, like getting
Oh, man,
experience.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
I mean, you dab hand at the ice creams when we did the podathon.
Oh,
You brought that. We were loving that chest.
I-
Ice cream chest.
in fairness, I didn't realise I was getting that chest.
Well,
I
you
just
know.
said, can I pick
Joe-
up some ice cream? And Joe gave us this massive like
That was
relic.
great.
It should be in a museum, that thing. Like, it's class.
It's like
innit?
giving away the ark.
Try,
Do you know
we'll
what
try
I
and
mean?
get it back out again.
Ark of the Covenant.
The cards it was. I was like, it's supposed to
It's
glow
so
when you
cool,
open it,
like,
yeah.
it's so
Right,
cool.
It's mint.
Ark of the
Yeah.
Cone.
You open it up like that and it's just bright light.
Yeah, there's a
Close the door.
It's not as easy as you know with the spatulas though. Honestly, like there's a skill to it. Like with the when you're putting it from a spatula to a cone, like without using a scoop, there's a skill to it. Like you've got to like loop it up.
I've got to mention this, right? Ice cream shop went to Stairs a few weeks ago, and there was a family, the couple in front of us, little girl, little boy, and she just got her ice cream. She walked away. She must have gotten 4 pieces. Bush. The whole head came off. The sprinkles were just looking at you. Do you know what I mean? They were just, it was like sprinkled up. And they walked away, and she didn't say anything to her dad. And then she got to like this shop door, and he turned around going, as it fell off. They didn't go back.
Oh, you would have just given a new one, man.
I was amazed. They didn't go back. For me, it was like, you try and go back and go, sorry, it's just fell on. And no doubt the last would have given you a new one.
Oh,
Do you know what I mean?
the amount of
100%.
times, like, mate, it used to happen probably one out of every time.
but-
If a kid's got an ice cream in his hand, he's going like that with it, isn't he? We used to give him all the time.
Didn't go back, and she
Would
didn't
give them
kick
one
off
straight
or
away.
cry, you know?
$4.99, please.
Well, like a handcuff like that.
Oh,
There you go, handcuff.
I think it's just...
It fell out. What a shame.
We've got another one.
I mentioned my kids, I was like 3-second-old kids. What do you reckon? Do you know what I mean? I say, you can't do that. I said, ice cream. I said, there's no wrong with it. You just have to slice the bottom off. Like, you know,
Ice creams
but
don't have to. I mean,
ice
they
creams
fall outside the 3
but
second
this was solid. I was like, it was too tempting. And then she turned around, and a dog came out, just licked it. Perfect timing on everything. Perfect timing. Dropped it, walked along.
I'm pretty
Dad,
sure
and then dog
there'll
licked
be an
it.
Instagram channel
Oh man, dog licked.
that looks at all of those things. Kids dropping ice cream.
Yeah.
And if there
100%.
isn't,
Yeah.
well, it's got your space.
Probably do well better than this podcast.
Just watch their faces as they realise they've lost their ice cream.
Yeah. It's the parents when you go,
It's awful.
$4.50 for that thing. You know what I mean? So,
I would say
guys.
9 times out of 10 they'll just give you one. Like,
but I'm amazed he didn't go back. I was going to go back for her. That pissed me off that much. I was like, what's he doing?
Bless
Yeah,
her.
Probably
Like, she was
drove
buzzing
20
for ice
minutes to
cream
get
as
there.
Come
well.
on. You know?
It's been a really sort of hard father. He's like, I'll teach you a lesson.
They went from the northeast,
You'll
man.
cry all night about that, but you'll never drop your ice cream again.
Weird side Jack voice.
Did I just do that? Did I?
No.
Must be catching.
I go on one last. I've got to say this because on the podathon, the story about the pigeon. The seagull.
Oh, talk about this.
I've got to before.
Well, he was here for one of them actually.
I need to hear
happened twice.
the seagull story.
Right, we need a clear segment now.
Right,
for silence.
Right.
I'll give you some backstory on it. When we'll go and get some food, straight away as soon as we walk out the shop, boom, straight into it. I'm like,
I'm deadly like.
we'll
I
wait
can't
until we
wait.
get to the office. We'll eat there. No.
So it was a beef dip
this
as well.
day we went to. This one wasn't the beef dip.
It was the first. No, you weren't there for the sun shop one. You were there for the beef dip one.
I can actually just see how far you went into that memory there.
Oh, mate. It wakes us up at night, man. I wake up like that.
These seagulls.
See like we're in there.
These seagulls around Sunderland though, like they look like they've been on peptides.
Jacked up and
Like
that.
they're
Mate, they've got mortgages and everything, man. The size of them.
ridiculous,
What are
man.
you doing here? Like?
So I went
Hungry
for
like big boy.
What, you got
went
in that bag?
went for a beef dip, right?
What's in there?
That sandwich rented, by the way.
Went for a beef dip, and like, what can he buzzing about this beef dip? Because someone had said like the class proper old school shop.
I think it was Alex Curtley.
It was. I said go get like proper beef dip. Like, dude, I was starving. I was like, man, I'll not eat breakfast. Save myself the beef dip. So I went there, I've pulled it out, right? Anyways, there's a few seagulls swooping. I'm not really thinking anything of it because I've never been attacked before. You know what I mean? Right, this seagull, mate, it was so calculated, man. It came down, flew out, swooped at us. It was like one of them jet bombers, man. Landed on my shoulder, chawed it, and flew back off. And I was like, I couldn't be angry because it was that impressive.
I'm going to make a podcast request. Right? Can we make that into a clip? You know, like on Crime Stoppers, when you pixelate the face and change the voice.
Make the seagull.
Like it's sort of victim moment. I've never been attacked by a
darken it
seagull
down a little
before.
bit.
The thing is, the
Silhouette.
Do you know what the sad thing about it is as well? I thought, well, that'll never happen again because it's never happened to us before. So it was a Saturday afternoon, right? And I went to the little sun shop, which is owned by Wildfire. They do like really nice sandwiches, but like I think you've got to be there to get them. So anyways, I got one for Georgia, I got one for me. So I was like, I'll have a nibble. I'm walking down King Street. I'm not even joking, mate. I've got the bag in my hand. I've got this like chicken sandwich that, by the way, 10 out of 10. And again, two of them this time came in, swooped in from either side. I swear they ripped one half the bottom, one half the top, just like that, chawed it straight away. Mate, it calculated this. They must have saw him from the last time. There's that fucker. We'll get him again.
I've got a theory. I think they work for Greg's.
Aye.
And I think since your spend's gone down and
Keep taking it.
You probably
Cool,
think
let's get him back.
Probably. The thing is,
It takes a while. It takes a couple of orders.
I told Georgia, I give Georgia like the sandwich, and like I was like peering over, going like, do you reckon she'll like give me it, considering I paid for them and like I've had mine nicked? She's like, it's lovely this, by the way. I'm like, aye, bet it is.
Didn't even get a bite.
Didn't even get a bite.
Oh, hell. That's great. You got to respect the seagull, like.
Oh, mate, class to be
mate.
fair.
respect T-shirt.
Respect the seagull.
Yeah.
Respect the goal.
Yeah. Respect the goal.
Respect the goal. Aye. That's fantastic. I love that story, mate.
Aye. Wait, mate, honestly, I wish I had it on video. It was unbelievable. It's calculated attacks. They must look and think like, I'll get him today.
But it kind
Their own
of
situation room and
just
that.
the fact that it used you to steal it. Do you know what I mean? It stood on the shoulder.
Mate, unbelievable.
Yeah.
The size of the open, they walk down the street.
They're good at the job, like. They're good at the. It's not that they must have a training camp somewhere in something like little ledges to like land on, pinch some worms.
The
or something.
Academy of Gulls.
They're good at it.
No, there'll be a splinter group. There'll be street gulls.
That's right. Yeah.
Street goals, aye.
Flick knives and that.
I'll bring this full circle back to Chuck Norris. It's the, yeah.
How would
That's the ultimate level. The ultimate boss level is, can you land on a shoulder and nick something out of the hand?
I'd like to end it on, how would Chuck Norris deal with a seagull taking food off him? Do you think he would like roundhouse a seagull into the sea?
I think
he would put the seagull in the sandwich.
I think the seagulls would give him sandwiches.
Yeah,
Aye.
You take the approach that I've got
Yeah.
with tea bags for
Yeah.
the seagull and just be
yeah. They'd nick it off him and give him to Chuck Norris.
Are you saying he's the boss? Is this
It's
a conspiracy
it's
theory as well?
it's
Chuck Norris is with the
Chuck,
seagulls.
the Chuck Norris training camp. Anyway, we're going to have to end this. We're going to get here all day.
Oh dear me.
Right, that was great,
Thank you
that
so
boys.
much. That was
Thank you
brilliant.
very much.
Thank you very much.
Enjoyed it.
Let's go to
Thank you very much.
yeah.